17. Friday, a sunny morning, then a shower or two, 19. Right now, it's 12 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News Tonight.
I'm Brenton Raglas. Tonight, suppliers warn of price hikes for chicken and eggs as bird flu spreads. Kmart launches smart glasses to rival Meta, and they've already sold out. Iconic Glenelg Norfolk Pines set to get the chop, while the council says they must go. And AFL backlash, the controversial memo sent to all teams about resting players. 9 News. Your news. Night at 6 on 9 and on 9 Now.
Streaming live via the 5AA Player app.
On DAB Digital Radio.
And on 1395 AM.
This is 5AA, always Adelaide. Adelaide's only local sports show. The 5AA Sports Show.
Coming up, 3 Crows sign contract extensions. We'll speak to Matt Crouch in studio, along with Dean Brogan as the Power land another injury blow, plus Eddie Maguire with his say on the AFL's crackdown on resting players, and Premiership coach John Longmire.
Rowey and Timmy G. The 5AA Sports Show.
Oh, thank you, Sammy. Love the AFL. Not. AFL clubs, coaches, PPT and medical team are planning this last month of football. There's 3 games plus, well, for 6 clubs, there's a bye in there. And it's quite scientific. It's a collaborative of a club to get that right. To be at the top of their game for finals. September, as we know, is a new season. It's a new game, and Campo knows fully about that because he's an AFL Premiership player. So how can the AFL tell clubs how to manage their team? Fair dinkum, I've heard it all, Campo. Welcome. Oh, God, I heard this and you could have slapped me in the face with a feather.
Well, it hasn't gone down well, to say the least, has it?
Oh, God.
I'm not sure they've had any positive admirers, have they?
Well, let me read the statement. So this was a memo sent out by Ms. Greg Swan, who's the GM of football, and Ms. Andrew Dillon, who's the CEO, because they've got to rubber stamp everything. Let me read it. Please be reminded of the obligation in the AFL rules on club to, inverted commas, perform on one's merits, meaning that clubs must perform honestly and to the best of their ability. Well, bloody duh, Freddie. Why do you think they're managing it? Because they want to win a final and win a grand final, you clowns.
It doesn't quite make sense, does it?
How does the AFL govern it? You've been in clubland, you've done the planning.
Yeah.
How does the AFL govern this?
Well, that's a very good question, because now you're...
They're not doctors, so what are they going to send a doctor out to a blood test? Well, actually, you're a bit fatigued. Well, you can't...
Well, this is the second thing. So the first thing is about contact at training, match simulation. They want to reduce that. So I'm not sure how they're going to policy that.
Yep.
But now they're talking about, I guess, not the integrity of the medical team, but if your players are not right, they're not right.
No, they're questioning the integrity of a medical team.
And I think they've got every right, the footy clubs, to go, no. And you know what? They've made their rod for their own back here, Roy. And I say that because they want the wild card round. So those teams that are heading into the wild card
which
round,
will be 4 teams,
they have to play week 24 and then the following week. The teams that finish 6 and above, they get the week off.
They get the week off.
So it defeats the whole purpose of why they brought it in anyway.
That's right.
For those 4 teams that have got to play, it's defeated the whole purpose of why they brought it in.
Yep, that's it. So what's happened to AFL GM of football, Greg Swan? 1 year ago, this man was the CEO of Brisbane, now sends a memo out to Clubland planning on how they think they should govern them winning a flag. I thought Melbourne coach Stephen King summed it up best.
I'm the coach of the Melbourne Footy Club. I'll make any decision that's best for our football club and best for the management of our players. I'm not a doctor, and I don't question our medical team week to week on who needs management, training loads during the week or even game day. That's out of our hands.
So the motivation of a coach and a PPT and the players is to get that player at his absolute best in September. Well, how's that tanking? How's that affecting the outcome of a game, whether it be round 22, 23 or 24?
I think I'll play devil's advocate, right? I think what they're trying to do is not have 11 players rested.
Which Fremantle did in 2015. So they finished top, clear top. You know what?
And North Melbourne did it the year before, 2014. Brad Scott did it. I think he did it the year before.
It was the same year.
Same year.
Yep.
So that's I think, why they're doing it.
Yeah.
But you can't, turn around and go, oh, well, we rested. Like, Taylor Walker's a perfect example. He's been rested 3 times this year.
Well, they're going to rest probably McAndrew this week, the Crows. He needs a rest. Riley O'Brien's there. It's against Richmond. It's at home.
So
What's he do?
I think it's the 1 or the 2, but I think it's the majority. So let's not see 7 or 8 of the best players not playing.
But it's disrespectful to those 18 clubs. It's disrespectful in that, of course you want to plan to win. Of course you're not going to tank. I mean, why send that? It's like a helicopter parent. We're talking about propeller heads. I mean, Swanee's turning into a propeller
So what do you
head.
think the motive is? What do you think the motive is of them sending the memo? Is it a look at the game? Is it about the gambling? It's about the TV stations? What is it?
We're overgoverned. It's a classic case of being overgoverned. We're not idiots. It's $1 billion industry. And you think you need to send a memo out? We know that. You treat us all like fools. Western Bulldogs coach Luke Beveridge had his say.
Is this entrapment? I think the main consideration for the teams who might be certainties to play a wildcard game is the fact that the 6 teams above the 7th have all got a week off. I'm sure within the teams that are certainties, you're processing who needs a week off. Long season, who's pushing on. Like, we've just had Norts and Cody come out of the game, not because we wanted them to, but it would have been too hard. If you're doing it this far out, you're definitely going to do it the week before the wildcard. So I'd question how the AFL could question a club because you're questioning the medical department if that happens.
And that's the whole point. Well, what about even in-game, managing players' game time? Are they going to start pointing their finger at that?
Well, I'd hope not.
No, but where does it start? Where does it stop? Yeah. We are just over-governed. Current player Taylor Walker on Triple M had this to say.
Yeah, I'd imagine the club would be having conversations about, as every club would be this time of year. Every team that have, won grand finals or performed in finals, they do it really well at the back end of the year. Yep. So, the AFL can send out a memo, but, the good clubs have been doing it for years. We've done it from, I'd rested in round 3. You've got to do it to manage your list. I find it bizarre that there's a memo that's gone out.
Well, here's the thing. If I was a current AFL CEO, I'd get the other 17 bosses to send an email to AFL House. Sorry, I'd get them to send a memo to Ms. Dillon and Ms. Swan. How about you get the standard of umpiring right before the finals, before you tell us how to manage our team to win a flag, and then right down the end I'd go, get right royally stuffed. Actually, I'd leave that bit out because it's a bit unprofessional, but that's sort of like what I'm like. I am unprofessional, but...
Probably throw that in ChatGPT just to make sure they tidy that up.
Tidy that up a bit. Actually use that for the first time. That's actually pretty good.
It's very good. Very good.
I got on this site and I had to pay for it for a month or something. Can't you get that stuff for free?
Get it for free.
Oh, where?
Well, you just jump online and you can do it for free. You just don't get the whole kit and caboodle. You just get a little bit of it.
How many grandparents or parents are out there now that they get their Apple account that's linked to your credit card and all this is Apple? Because I've got 3 kids and they just... They raid me.
Yeah, I've still got 2 boys that don't live at home. And I get a PlayStation thing on there for $50 or something. Earning more than me.
Yeah, mine is James who put a main event on, like a fight or something. I think, I didn't watch that fight. It cost me $56.
You can watch it on replay because you pay for it.
Oh, God. In 2026, what's tanking? 822 300 Define it. Are we overgoverned? Can you believe the AFL would send a memo out to a club and tell them how they need to remember how to not tank? Well, you made the rules and you said it brilliantly. 6 teams have the week off. They've got this wildcard weekend, so those 4 are planning now for that and the others are planning for later.
Well, they get a week off.
Oh, God.
It's beyond belief.
Remember
really.
Last year they had the justification that the week off was for allowing every club the fair play to have a fair shot at it from no matter what position you're
it's
at.
Not now.
The year before that, it was about AFLW having a launch pad to have a week to themselves. It's not about the men's season. They've had different reasons for every year, I reckon, for the last 10 years
Does that surprise you?
No. See, the problem with AFL House, there are that many executives there getting that highly paid. They've got to justify their positions. They need a cull.
Less voices?
They do. Everything you've got to consult. They've got to all... I mean, they'd send memos to each other. Imagine getting into work in the morning. I mean, Nova's bad enough, and I've been told to open up my emails. I don't like opening emails because it's full of crap. Every staff member sending this, that, and the other. You think, by the time you finish that, the show starts.
That'll get back to Sydney.
Imagine. No, but it is. But well, you tell me I'm wrong. God, the amount of crap we get emailed. I mean, delete. I don't want to read stuff that's going to impact the betterment of this show. And
maybe
how much...
read the ones with the red exclamation mark. They're the priority ones. They're probably the ones you need to just drill down on.
Well, I know the important people. I read those ones. Well, no, I don't. But imagine living in an AFL house. Boy, you'd have to get in at 6 to start at 8 to read the memos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you know what I'm getting at? They're just a pack of bloody propeller heads.
Yeah, that's a side issue. It's more about why are they questioning how to manage your own team. Because you could argue you're doing it, one, for your club and give your team the best opportunity to go as far as you can, but also to make sure that the best players are available to make the product
That's 100%. That's 100%. So would you like my memo to them? Get the umpiring right. Like, do you know, I was always told, my dad said, before you look at other people, get your own backyard right. If you've got your backyard right, doesn't matter what your competitors do in business. They've got to beat you. But if your backyard's in order, just play on. Keep your head down, tail up, keep turning up and get your backyard right. Why don't the bloody AFL do that? Get your backyard right, because it's bloody messy at the moment.
It's messy. It's been a messy year, hasn't it?
Do they have a whippersnapper?
I don't know.
Do they know how to poison a few little bloody winter weeds? Sammy, good boy. They need some Roundup. 822 300 00. Hey, this popped up since round 10 when Josh Fraser took over from Michael Voss as coach of Carlton. If you did the ladder, Fremantle, 10 wins, 1 loss, 161%. They're top. Their second half of the year has been quite phenomenal. Carlton would be second on the ladder. 9 wins, 2 losses, 116. Crows would be third.
Okay.
And my gut feel would have said that, okay, they've had a couple of bad losses in that. They're the outriders. Well, they've been told they're the outriders. Hawks also 8 and 3 would be top 4. Then it's Melbourne, Sydney, Collingwood, Brisbane, Bulldogs, all equal on 7 wins, 4 losses. So as you keep telling me, the ladder doesn't lie.
No.
The ladder doesn't lie.
Well, and because by the time this time comes around, everyone's just about played everyone at least once, haven't they? So you've got a really good handle on you and the opposition. So if you're doing it at round 9, it's irrelevant, really, because no one really knows you haven't really played everyone.
Yeah. Credit to Josh Fraser.
He's done a great
I don't know whether that means he's such a good coach or Vossi was so bad. It's probably a bit of both, but that's an amazing achievement. And I think the second half form of the year is a far better guide to who could possibly play in the grand final of the premiership than the first half, because teams that get better get really good. We've seen Geelong have to make a correction. They're coming back again. But I flicked through my Twitter account. I very rarely do that. You know that.
You got a Twitter account?
Well, Rowey and Timmy.
Account.
Our show. Yeah, I don't have.
I was going to say,
no,
he doesn't
you get some reasonable feedback on
that. Because I don't swim between the flags.
Right.
God, I would get some.
I'd love to know what your handle would be.
Oh, just
Kabang.
Kabang, yeah, whatever. But I don't have Facebook, Twitter. But we have got a show one, and every now and then I flick through it when I'm trying to find a little bit of content, because it was a little bit slow today. Because guess what day it is?
Oh,
it's Tuesday. The worst day of the week. Anyway, I flicked through this and it got me in the sports room. What do you call it, a slide or a tweet? What do you call it when something pops up?
A tweet?
A slide?
No, a tweet.
A tweet.
Yeah.
Well, a tweet popped up, and it was from nobody. Most of them are. But, you know, it wasn't Fox or Channel Set, like, you know, someone of note, or what are those ticks you get, the blue
Verified.
ones? So it wasn't from Trumpy.
Right,
this was just a nobody, you know. Fremantle, theirs to lose. So they just had teams, then a comment after it. Swans, Hawthorn, Geelong, 25% chance of being runners-up. Crows, Dogs, Melbourne, finals bound, but that's it. Collingwood, just simply 9th. I like that one. I love that one. Carlton, St Kilda, GWS, fighting for 10th. Suns, hilariously pathetic. That one. North, Flat Track Bullies. Have they just beaten up on the lower teams, have they?
They have.
Crows were like that 2 years ago. So they're on the up. Port, competitive, but 15th and shit. I like that one. It's not my words. This is some no-name. Tigers and Eagles won't finish bottom, and Essendon, well, they're Essendon. They're bottom. How good's that? So, I don't know who this snoozer Twitter is, but give me a word for your team now. A word or two.
Okay.
822 300
And let's keep it above the line.
Yes, agree.
Keep it above the line.
Yeah.
My
And not
Crows one.
disrespectful either.
Yeah,
We don't want to be disrespectful.
You know, well, disrespectful sometimes. Funny.
He's funny. Okay.
If it's not us, don't it be you. Don't let me drag you down, Campo.
All right. Well, I'll let Tuggers be the...
We'll adjudicate.
Adjudicator.
Yeah.
Give us a word or two to describe your team now with 3 games left in the bye, or the AFL, that, you know, propeller heads. Here's mine for the Crows. Some chance.
Some chance.
Here's Ports. No chance. well, how true are they? How true are they?
Yeah, well, Port of bottom 4.
But you know how I say no chance?
Yes.
Crows are some chance.
Some chance.
This 3 weeks for me is so important for the Crows. Oh, my God. Don't lose your nerve and not...
Is it more about the mentality?
There's a lot of that.
Yeah.
My word, there is.
Getting prepped.
But I'm a lot more confident today than I was this time last year when I was lifting lids and blowing things and banging and, God, we've got it in the bag and...
Doing songs to start the shows.
Hey, there's none of that this year. So they've matured and I've matured.
Yep.
They are some chance. 8223 00
I thought that music got deleted. 21 minutes after 4. Campo sitting in for Timmy G alongside Rowey. Your calls 8223 0000 next.
Rowey and Timmy G.
The 5AA Sports Show.
Each week on the 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G track down the sporting greats of years gone by. With 5AA's Where Are They Now? Thanks to Walco. Walco are at the centre of SA's biggest cover-up with their incredibly good-looking Walco mesh pool cover.
Looking for your perfect home? At Rossdale Homes, we can make it happen. Explore our huge range of house and land packages today at rossdalehomes.com.au. With a variety of designs, locations and prices to suit every budget, your new home is just a click away. Got your own home design in mind? No problem. We'll customise a package just for you, backed by our fixed price guarantee. Rossdale Homes, your local SA builder, because trust is a must.
Rosanna Mangiarelli here on 7 News. Adelaide's North rocked by an explosive blaze. The Royals show on bird flu watch as a country event cancels its chicken exhibition. An exclusive Jason Horne-Francis ahead of Game 100.
What were your 2 words?
For the Crows, still vulnerable.
Still vulnerable. There's a lot of people. I'm a bit more confident this year, but like that one, Sammy, keep them coming in, 8223 0000. After selling out 4 weeks earlier last time, the Hospital Research Foundation Home Lottery, it's back. Looking for a home? Are you? Well, how's this? Win your way in. Make the $4.2 million grand prize yours with just 1 ticket.
Yeah, the grand prize includes the brand new Scott Salisbury home in Summerton Park, beautiful part of the world, Rowey, all the furnishings and $100,000 cash.
Well, for the rest of us, this is the only way we could afford Summerton Park. Young Campo. Featuring 4 bedrooms, including a guest room, a family-sized outdoor with heated pool, lawn and dining, and it's just minutes from the beach. Tickets are selling now at homelottery.com.au.
Yeah, get yours early to automatically enter the early bird draw for $1 million cash, plus it's a guaranteed win for your community, supporting life-changing healthcare right here for South Australians just like you.
Yeah, that's it. So get your tickets now at homelottery.com.au.
Maybe you're not winning a sprint anytime soon, but you're not old. Try experienced. That's more like it. You've lived, you've experimented with things, so now you know what you like. With support at home by Rest Haven, we help with that. From jobs around the home to nursing and clinical care. We've been around for over 90 years, so we know how you can stay living your way in your home. Experience counts. Find out more at resthaven.asn.au.
Here's a great deal on your tyres. This month at City Discount Tyres, buy any 3 selected Yokohama Blue Earth tyres and get the 4th absolutely free. Engineered for fuel efficiency, a quieter cabin and a safer ride, these tyres work harder so you spend less. More kilometres, more value, more confidence every time you drive. Head to citydiscounttyres.com.au for this deal and more. City Discount Tyres, we're driven by value.
Looking for exceptional value on a new Kia? This August, receive $1,000 cashback on the award-winning Kia K4 in hatch or sedan. Or step into the Kia Tasman pickup, SX or SX Plus and enjoy $2,000 cashback on Kia's toughest dude ever. Available only at participating dealers on in-stock new and demo 2025 build vehicles purchased and delivered before August 31. Redeemable as price reduction only. Not available to fleet, government or rental buyers with other offers. Offer may be varied or extended. Full T's and C's at kia.com/au.
Kia, movement that inspires.
35 years of down-to-earth family service, backed by modern premises, means you can rely on Pro Paint and Panel.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
Can't have your cake, you need it too. Brought the wild card in, which is fantastic. You've got to let the clubs manage their way through that. And if that means you're going to rest players because it's a dead rubber going in, well, so be it. At the end of the day, it is what it is, and it's one of those. It's the collateral. It's the collateral off the back of the world.
Well, John O'Brown's had his say on the couch on Fox Footy. The AFL's crackdown on resting players. Where do you sit on it? 8223 0000. Our team is not happy. And a word or two to describe your club. Lots of good texts coming through at the moment. Joe says on Port Adelaide for next year, promising. John says Crows, same old song sheet. And another one coming in, which is a bit cheeky from David, saying my word for the Crows, straight sets number 2.
Well, hang on, Dave. If we finish 5th, it might be straight sets 1. Straight sets is you've got to finish top 4 to get 2 chances.
They'll finish top 4.
Have your say. 8223 0000 is our number. Here's traffic.
Afternoon, Kensington Gardens. A twisted traffic lights will go out from the drive home, Glenburn Road near the parade. Got those road plates and you still at Jepp's Cross. She's pretty bumpy and slow through there. Green Junction Road near Main North Road. South Road, bit of a schmozzer, but probably not telling you anything you don't already know. That's particularly through Theberton and Edwardstown tonight. And got a Canberra Days right at Croydon Park. It's Travel Tuesday at Flight Centre. Save up to 68% on Vietnam with a 5-night Hoi An stay from $219 per person. Today only. Book at flightcentre.com.au. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Yeah, love that topic. A couple of words or a phrase on your team right now on the back of that Twitter no-namer, 8223 0000. Hello, Tommy.
Gentlemen, it's the Triple S, Tommy Turbo, Sam, Scott and Stephen. Well done.
Stuart Serridge.
Wowee.
All right.
Wow. Right. So I've a bit of info on the AFL House. I've done a few personal jobs for them for the gather round, and last year I was asked to make a 15 to 20 foot tall football, and just told, well, you just give us your price, and yeah, we'll just go with that. And ultimately, I said, this is not possible. Like, I don't know what you're going to do. They obviously went somewhere else and overseas, and I think you might have seen at the whatever in the parklands, a giant yellow Sharon. So the waste of money that they have, it like you said, Stephen, like they need to chop heads, and it's just unbelievable.
Well,
the
hang
money
on,
that they have
Tommy.
at their disposal.
What were you going to make it out of, paper mache or something? Why didn't you just say $100,000 and just dish up some whatever?
Well, that may have been already quoted, Stephen.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, it's just like, don't know how I'm going to pull this rabbit out of my ass, but, you know.
All right. Well, thanks, Tommy. Some people have pulled rabbits out their clacker.
But we're not talking about money and revenue at this point in time.
We're
talking about the game.
Governance.
Governance.
Pure money commercially, you'd have to tick most boxes.
Well, promotionally.
They record this, record that, record
marketing.
Yeah.
They do all the things right.
But the governance of the game
question soft cap. That's got to get back. Sure. That's the only thing that I would question.
I'd agree. Yep, I'd agree with that. Yeah, no, good call. Hello, Ange.
G'day, boys. How are you?
Good.
I'd like to look at the AFL, but then I'll give you my 2 words after the season. Guys, let's think about it this year. They're not stupid. Let's have a wild card round. Let's have 2 more games. Let's get another $5 million into their buffers and so on. They don't give a shit about the normal people, boys. It's all revenue. They do what they want when they want. And 2 words I've got for the footy. What did you say, Crows something chance and Port no chance. Is that what you said, Rowey?
Crows is some chance and Porter no chance. Well, they can't even make the top 10.
I've got two words for you, mate.
Yep.
I've got 2 words for you.
Yep.
Showdown 60. Remember you said there's no chance?
Oh, well, yeah, but I'm saying where they are now to win the flag. That was the proviso, Ange. They're no chance of making the top 10, let alone the grand final, Ange, you clown.
If you lose, hey, boys, if you lose Murray Davis, you know he'll be coaching next year, don't you?
Who?
Nick Kyrgios. He's always used to going out in straight sets. Good night, boys. Have a good night.
He did too. That was quite funny for you, Ange.
All right, let's get to the 4:30 headlines. More of your calls very shortly. Dean Brogan and Matt Crouch coming up in the next half hour.
The 5AA Sports Show. Rowey and Timmy G. Will Goodings with Stacey Lee. 5AA Breakfast.
Let's head to Sapok. A man's been arrested after stealing items from a house at Rosewater.
Yeah, about 7:45 last night, officers located a 50-year-old Mansfield Park man inside the property with a large amount of scrap metal which had been stolen. A further search uncovered an ice pipe and screwdriver in the man's possession.
Well, you're not going to break into a house without your ice pipe, I guess.
Weekdays from 6 a.m. on 5AA. Always Adelaide. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Good afternoon. Mel Usher with the news headlines. An axe was allegedly used to threaten a driver in an early morning carjacking north of the city. The new Women's and Children's is entering the next phase of major construction, with piling works officially beginning for the main hospital building. Australia's largest betting companies have been grilled over allegations of predatory behaviour at a Senate inquiry. And in sport, Adelaide's Hugo Hall-Kahan, Zach Taylor and Finbar Maley have signed contract extensions. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Afternoon, busy in a few spots of the drive home, including Glenburn Road at Paynham Road. Also sluggish at Gillis Plains and St Holt's Road heading toward Walkleys Road. Got those road plates and news at Chips Cross, so bumpy and slow through there at the moment. And a twisted traffic light to look out for at Kensington Gardens, Glenburn Road near the parade. Camera, Hillier Road, Morford Vale. It's time to complete your census. Complete online, by paper or with help from census staff. In the census, every answer matters. Authorised by the Australian Bureau of Statistics, Canberra. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA forecast, cloudy down to 5 tonight, partly cloudy tomorrow, 15. Right now it's 12 degrees. We'll have more news at 5 on 5AA, always Adelaide.
Escape to the Mediterranean in unrivalled luxury with Explorer Journeys and Phil Hoffman Travel. Sail aboard the ultra-luxurious Explorer One from Barcelona to Rome and enjoy elegant terrace suites, all-inclusive dining, unlimited beverages, Wi-Fi and more. Book now to save up to $4,050 per stateroom and receive up to €700 onboard spending with the Platinum Cruise Club. Now from $7,125 per person twin share. Departing October next year. Conditions apply. Visit pht.com.au today.
Sliding doors and windows, they've got one job: to slide open and close with ease. But what happens when they don't? Well, then you call our friends at Rollerco. Rollerco has parts for just about every sliding door and window ever made. Their range is enormous, way more than you'll find anywhere else. They can even give you advice on how to fix it yourself with minimal fuss. Do what I did. Call into Shop 3, 26 Jacobson Crescent at Holden Hill, or visit the website rollerco.com.au. They'll get you rolling.
Yeah, well, I'd start. Now, if you need to move from A to B this winter, your best move is to hire from Budget Car and Truck Rental.
Yeah, to get started, you'll need boxes and tape for storage and furniture covers to keep your possessions pristine condition. Budget has you sorted.
They certainly do, Campo. And then you'll need the perfect set of wheels, and Budget has them all. Cars, big and small, moving vans and trucks available on a standard driver's licence. Plus there's utes, hybrids, trailers, 12 to 25 seat buses and much more.
Yeah, once you've chosen a vehicle, grab Budget's blankets and a trolley to ensure the move goes smoothly.
Yeah, that's it. Job done easy with Budget. Family-owned business, South Australian-owned and operated, multiple locations across the state. They're just the best.
Yeah, got something big to budget with Budget Rental Truck. Call 132727.
It's Tyre Power's Power Up Sale. So you get the power to buy 3 and get 1 free on Pirelli Cincherato Rosso tyres. Power up and take your tyre safety to the next level. Visit tyrepower.com.au.
Hi,
This is Mel at ECH. How can I help?
Oh, well, hi there, Mel. It's Jan here. I've just got a letter about support at home and, well, it's a little bit confusing.
Yes, it can be confusing, Jan. We get lots of questions about that. Let's go through it.
Well, I don't even know where to start.
That's okay. ECH has been doing this for more than 60 years. I can explain over the phone, or even visit in person if that makes it easier.
If you have questions about what support at home means for you, ask ECH.
Vehicle damaged? Remember 3 Ps. Pro Paint and Panel. They'll take care of everything, including insurance.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
I think it's a load of rubbish from the AFL. They're saying you can basically rest players, manage players throughout the season like they did with Scott Pendlebury to manipulate a certain game for him to break the record. But you can't do it in round 24. It makes no sense to me. I think there'll be collusion between the physios and the doctors at that club to support their own club to get the outcome they want. I just don't think the AFL will have a leg to stand on.
Lots of strong thoughts coming out. That was a former Freo docker in Paul Hazelby on Channel 10. And we're taking your thoughts on a word or two to describe your club at the moment this season. Rob texted in saying, one word for the Crows, trepidatious. Ooh. That's pretty good, Rob. And for James, he says, I believe this is for Port Adelaide, says inefficient, very wasteful. Keep them coming in, 8223 0000. Might get a way to summarise through our next guest for his club. Cybercrime can cripple your business overnight, so book your free cybersecurity audit now and visit effects.com.au.
Brogan gets there. Dean Brogan. Big Dean Brogan's making a statement of his own. On the 5AA Sports Show.
Brogues, welcome.
Thanks, Rowey. Good to be here. Campo, Tuggers, no Timmy.
Yeah, no, Timmy's
sunbaking in Darwin. Stubbies.
Recovering from the Darwin
Cup. Have we heard from
Darwin
Cup? Have we heard from him?
He sent us a text on our WhatsApp.
He didn't win.
No.
He didn't win. He was filthy.
He'd be filthy.
He doesn't take losing too lightly, does he?
No. He's silent for 24 hours.
Was there a more competitive?
Well, it was a different feel in the box on the other night without Timmy in there. It was just Brogues and I and Tommy Wren. There was no pens thrown. There was no tantrums, no abusing umpires. He wasn't under the desk. It was actually quite... we miss him. Yeah.
You kept GWS to 75 points, but you could only score 63 yourself. It's the same old story.
Yeah, it is. Look, it wasn't a great game. Both teams pretty scrappy.
Yeah.
Again, Port Adelaide, they did a lot right. They just couldn't score. 9 goals, 9. They missed some easy ones. Like you said, it was just the same old. And look, it's frustrating. They're doing a lot right. Their stoppage game's been really good. They defend the ground really well. Their pressure was up compared to that the week before. But they just can't seem to, kick close to 100. And that's something that they're really going to have to work on. Get through the next 3 weeks as best they can.
Yep.
The first thing on the list to do over summer is work on this offensive part of the game, because if they can get that right and kick a couple more goals, get up to that. No, I think you'll mention it, Campo. The good teams are 90 plus. If they can get somewhere near there, which if they kick a bit straighter and they get more efficient when they go inside 50 and then they can turn the ball over and score off that a bit more, they're not far away, because the rest of their game is holding up and they can. That's the foundations. It's the offensive part of the game, which is the fun part. Kari's going to have no problems getting the players to have a summer of offense. So not only you work on your defense and your stoppage game, but your offensive part of the game, that's going to be a fun part to work on. And that's the last piece, plus some other things, of course. But they can get that right and have a little bit of luck with injury, Rowey. They're going to be around the mark.
I think you're right. The stat that was glaring for me: 9 goals from 51 inside 50s is 17%. You ain't going to win with that.
Well, but I think, Brogues, and you've called the games, it's a little bit, robbing Peter to pay Paul, because the kick mark game that allows you to own the ball and set up well behind the ball. So defensively, that helps you. But offensively, it doesn't help you, because that allows numbers to get back inside, deep inside your forward 50. And then it becomes really difficult. So we spoke to Reva yesterday about that. And they said, we probably could have worked the ball around the 50 a little bit more, tried to get in there. But they don't get it in deep enough or quick enough at the moment, because they're so, not hell-bent, but so reliant on what they want to do defensively that they don't want to open the game up. So it's actually a catch-22 from a strategy point of view. It'll be interesting to see which way he goes with that. And I think it's more about the education, about picking the right moments to go quick versus when you can't go quick. And that's the education piece I think will happen over the pre-season.
Yeah, definitely. And personnel.
Yeah.
Like, you've got to have some personnel that can play that high-tempo, handball receive, bit of kamikaze into your game, and they just haven't had the soldiers.
So just on that, we've heard that Jack Watkins has had a hamstring.
Another one.
So he's out of the game. So the question for you, I've gone through their injury list at the moment. So you got Richards, Butters, Watkins, Logan Evans, Farrell, Liddy, Ollie Lord, Lukosius, McKinlay, Powell Pepper, Radigalia, Rosie and Sin. Out of all those guys there, you'd have to say there would be a 8 to 9 would be in your best 23. Would that be fair?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no doubt about that. Sin's probably the one that they would have earmarked to be in the best 23 this year. High draft pick, hasn't been able to get going. But everyone else, you would say McKinlay really popped up this year. He was in their best 23 moving forward. But, yeah, you're right. Like, you take any of those players out of any side, you're going to struggle. And they've not only been able to hold up, but they've been in a lot of games with that injury toll pretty much most of the year.
Well, and you talk about offense. Richards helps your offense.
Yeah.
Butters helps offense. Logan Evans does. Kane Farrell does out of your back half. Lukosius does playing on the wing. Powell Pepper does midfield
when he's
forward.
Up and going,
Radigalia helps you intercept the ball and turn over and go back out. Connor Rosie absolutely does. And then you can throw in, don't forget too, Miles Bergman hasn't played majority of the year as well, which obviously helps that group too. So there's a lot of upside for Port Adelaide heading into 2027.
Yeah, absolutely. And that gets back to you've got to have the tools to play the offense you want to play. And Curry just hasn't had it. Every time he's gone to selection, he's always got 5 or 6 of his best players not being able to play, which is a remarkable effort to be the fifth. What are they? The fifth defensive team in the competition.
Well, majority they've been third. It's only really the last couple of weeks where they gave up 100
game. They're inside 50s against. They're second. You know, their stoppage game, all clearance differential in the competition, they're second. Their centre bounce, they were 17th last year, they're 4th. They were 15th with stoppages last year, they're 2nd. So with all those injuries, what they've been able to achieve, I know the win-loss hasn't been there, but everything else looks okay. It really does. Which is why you go half glass full with everything. I know we sit here and we go, their win-loss is terrible. It is. No one likes the win-loss. But you'd have to say they've improved a lot. I look at their individual improvements like Josh Lai, Evans, Lorenz looked good on the weekend. Vicentini's improved. Durden's been recruit of the year. One of the recruits of the year. Richards has improved. Burgoyne's improved. He looks like going to be a really good player. Playing a different role. Zato's come in the side, look good. Jones is a better player.
Yep.
You know, he has his moments still, but he's a better player. Whitlock looks good. He's going to be around. They've just signed him 5 years. And Jason Lafrance has taken another step. He's an elite player now. So they've improved.
Yeah.
It'll come. It's just hard going at the moment. Next 3 weeks will be really hard. Yeah, Sydney this week will be hard up there.
Well, I was going to ask you that. Sydney's an interesting one because I'm not sure they're flying, Sydney, and they pushed them to the limit. We did the game last time. They only lost by 3 points. And for 3 quarters, Port Adelaide were all over them. Now, given there was a few players that played in that game that won't play on the weekend, but I remember doing the game, and Jordan Sweet gave Grundy an almighty touch-up through the middle of the ground. And SCG, you know, the SCG is a real stoppage clearance type ground that you need to get good field position. So I think they'll go in somewhat confident that if they can get that right, that gives them the best opportunity.
Yeah, their game style suits the SCG. It's a smaller ground, so you're right, Campo. You'll be able to defend the ground really well. Their stoppage game's in good order, as I just rattled off some stats, and Sydney's aren't. Sydney are in the bottom 3 for stoppages and clearances, which is amazing to think the talent they've got going through there, where they sit. So Sydney will give them a good look. It's just whether or not they can hold them to that 80 to 90 point range, and if Port on the other end can kick a score. They haven't been able to do that the last few weeks, so their offensive game's going to have to lift a little bit. But if you Curry, you go up there with no pressure. Like, why don't you have a crack? You know, get the handball receives up, play a bit of kamikaze footy. You never know. If you're thereabouts at half-time, halfway through the third quarter, you might surprise yourself and us as supporters. So I think they go up there with nothing to lose, obviously. But Sydney, they're playing for everything, aren't they? It's going to be a tough ask.
Well, they're playing for top 2, aren't they? We love our interaction. This is from Nick to you as a Port man on the panel. Is David Koch still blaming the sample for Port Magpies being bottom? Yeah, that's a good one. Remember he said, we can't get players now, top-ups of this, now top-ups of that.
Yeah.
It's that one, Koshy.
Yeah, Koshy, it's he says some things he probably shouldn't sometimes, doesn't he, Koshy?
Well, yeah, I tend to
But we all
agree.
do. We all do sometimes.
Bros, thank you, my man. It's 4:45, and who Port got? Sydney. Went on what day?
Saturday.
We'll see you Saturday. Well done, bros.
Look forward to it.
Excellent work. If you're in business, you're always a target for cybercrime. It could cripple you overnight. So get in touch with Effects IT for free cybersecurity audit. Visit effects.com.au. That's EFEX. Matt Crouch joining us in here next to talk all things Crows. They've signed 3 players in the last couple of hours. We'll speak about that and more. Here's traffic.
Quite busy for the drive home at the moment. Paynham Road through Paynham. Also sluggish at the moment at Sunholts Road. Getting quite busy as well at the moment. South Road through Edwardstown. And it's a traffic light to look out for at Kensington Gardens, Glenburn Road near the parade. Slow and bumpy at Jepps Cross with the road plates in use there. Grand Junction Road near Main North Road. And a camera at Fletcher Road, Peterhead. Power up Android at Telstra. Discover great deals on the latest Android phones on Australia's best mobile network. Visit Telstra today. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
Open the door and win your way in. The Hospital Research Foundation Home Lottery is back. Get your tickets now for the $4 million grand prize in Somerton Park. Ease into a single-level sensation from Scott Salisbury Homes, featuring a professionally landscaped backyard, heated pool straight from a resort, with room for the family and then some. And it includes $100,000 cash. Allow yourself a little hope. Get your tickets now at homelottery.com.au. Licence M15011.
If you're chasing real financial independence, real training and a real future, apply for an underground mining job with Burncut.
The opportunity that Burncut have given me and continue to grow within the company is incredible. The culture, I think, is one of the best. Everyone's super friendly. It comes down from your senior project managers to your truckies. We all treat each other exactly the same.
Real financial independence, real training and a real future. Apply now at burncut.com.
Automasters is proud to announce the opening of our 100th branch, and we're celebrating with a $100,000 giveaway. Service your car at Automasters before September 30 and you're automatically in the draw. 100 winners, $1,000 each. Automasters $100,000 giveaway. Book online or call 1300 Automasters. See website for terms and conditions. SA licence T261278.
You can feel the difference.
You know what hackers love, Rowey? A busy finance team, a Friday afternoon, and one email saying we've changed our bank details. One fake invoice, one payment, then the money's gone, the lawyers are involved, and everyone wants answers.
And it's too late.
Yeah.
And you're absolutely filthy. Now that's why you've got to protect your business. It's not a luxury, it's a necessity. And remember, even if you think you're protected, it might not be enough. Cybercrime evolves every day. They are sneaky little insert swear word here.
Yeah, the best thing you can do right now is get in touch with a trusted cybersecurity company called FXIT, spelled EFEX. Get in touch with FXIT and organise your free cybersecurity audit.
Well, there you go. FX protects Adelaide businesses from hackers and gives you peace of mind.
Yeah, don't be the easy win for cyber criminals. Book your free security audit now at fx.com.au/protect. That's efex.com.au/protect.
Introducing Geely Mawson Lakes. Geely is the world's most exciting new automotive brand, bringing advanced technology, outstanding safety and exceptional value. And when it arrives, it matters who you buy it from. At Geely Mawson Lakes, you'll find an experienced team, the right vehicle with the right deal and advice. Backed by a trusted South Australian dealership group, we're proud to bring this new range to Adelaide's north. Geely Mawson Lakes, your new Geely destination, just a short drive from the city.
With Automasters AutoCam, you get a video report on your car with an itemised quote. See the issue, get a clear explanation and approve it instantly by SMS. Call 1300 Automasters.
You can feel the difference.
Car accident? You should have the freedom to choose your trusted repairer. Choose Pro Paint and Panel.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
Great to have you with us. Tune into the live stream on our Facebook and YouTube because we have guests in the studio this half hour. It's 12 minutes to 5. Eddie Maguire's coming up after 5. And John Longmire, the horse, is going to be with us as well from 5:30 tonight. And we're taking your calls on 8223 0000. When you use ACET Transport Solutions, you are choosing to support local sporting clubs. Don't just send it, ace it.
Perfectly placed for the left-footed Matt Crouch.
Matt Crouch.
Matt Crouch, quick pick up, the snap, and the goal.
On the 5AA Sports Show.
Well, joining us, former Crows star Matty Crouch. Matty, welcome.
Thanks, Ray.
72-point comprehensive win under the lid against a team that is basically witches' hats. They are awful.
I think that they're not going great, are they, the Dons? But the Crows were solid. They played a solid four-quarter performance, and they probably got the result they were after. And some little things in the games, like you talk about Phil Thorpe and his form, and some of the guys who came in and debuted. There's some positives to take away from that performance.
Can we start with Phil Thorpe? Because I think everybody outside of the coaching group wanted Phil Thorpe to be the second ruck. He was.
Yeah.
Kicks 5, but when he was on ball, they just kept the power on ball, I thought. The numbers were good.
I think the team looks better balanced, I reckon, when he's playing that second ruck role. And I think when Toby Murray's played the role he has, that 23rd sort of player and pinch hitting in the ruck and a little bit forward, I don't think he's performed to the level that sort of keeps him in the team. So I think with the Phil Thorpe one, I think that's a no-brainer from here on in. I think they're a better team. And I think it gets him in the game too. You look at Luke Jackson from Freo, who does a similar sort of thing. It gets him in the game, and he can play forward as well. So I think it's a good move.
Well done.
Well, the other thing too, Matty, looking at the numbers, when Toby goes in there, he's only in there for like 7 or 8 ruck contests and less on the ground. That allows you to play Riley in there. He had about 26 ruck contests, and they actually hit the scoreboard on the back of that because of his follow-up and what he does around the ground. But we spoke about it yesterday, about what that forward line might look like. Because if you take Toby Murray out, does that allow you to play another forward or another midfielder and try and generate some run and some flexibility?
Well, I think it's Archie.
Yeah. And I love the look of Archie on the weekend. I think he looked really fresh. And he's obviously, aerially, he's really strong as well. So he can play. I think that's what they're worried about a little bit. If Fogarty is ahead of the ball and Walker ahead of the ball while Phil Thorpe's in the ruck, I think they're worried about aerial sort of contest. But I think Archie can play that role for periods of time too.
Well, Dawson can go out of the cage as well. He's pretty good in the air last I looked.
Yeah, he's good.
They're in love with the three talls. It hasn't worked.
Most teams would be pretty happy with Dawson forward, though, rather than in the midfield.
Yeah. Well, that is true.
The other one, we finally saw Dan Curtin go through the middle of the ground. How did you rate that performance?
Yeah, I didn't set the world on fire in terms of the way he went about it, but I thought it was a solid role. I think he had 5 clearances and about 18 possessions, so I thought it was solid. I think he'll build on that game. I liked that he was in there. I think it was a time to put him in there. I'd love to see him get in there earlier in the year and make his mark, but I thought on the weekend he looked solid and he can really build the next few weeks.
So what do they do at selection now this week? Do they give him another go against Richmond to make sure that he wants to do it? Because as you know, you've played that role your majority of your career. It's a bit of a difference from going outside to inside in terms of your running patterns, and it comes a bit of a rhythm in through the middle of the ground as well. It is completely different, 2 different roles.
Yeah, absolutely. And you probably he's played a lot on the wing throughout this season and early in his career, so it's not the sort of bash and crash that you get when you're inside. So it is different. I think I'd definitely keep him in there this week if. Just to keep that going, I think coming into finals, I think he's the point of difference for that midfield. If they can get him in there and playing some really strong footy, it's going to be interesting to see what they do with Peatling and Berry coming back. My gut feel, Peatling's done a lot of run with roles this year and he's played a role in terms of that, but I think Berry can do that as well. Like he's been a very good defensive midfielder in the past, so I think his form's been obviously really strong, and I think he'll come back straight back into that midfield. But I think Peatling's the one who could play potentially a different role. What
advice would you give Dan? I thought some of his positioning and that midfield craft, it is a real craft. It's body work when the ball's in dispute, when it's at its highest point, how you can get your opponent out of the game, to just give him a nudge and then to win the ball and then release and all that. If you were to give him any advice, what would it be for Dan?
I think it's more.
And
like
is he the first touch off the ruckman's hand? Is he the go-to?
Yeah, he is. He definitely. I think he's going to be that player. Yeah, because you look at Dawson and Raken, they're not that first possession player, and you don't want them to be. You want them guys to be finishing the work. I think Curtin's got that ability to be a first possession player, the size of him, and I think But the thing about Curtin too, what he's got, I think a lot of people don't realise, he's got that real speed and power and burst out of stoppage as well. So I think he'll only build on what he did on the weekend, and confidence coming into the next few weeks.
Yeah.
Well, he's got the size of Paddy Cripps. That's what you're essentially dealing with from an Adelaide perspective. You can see how damaging he is, but Cripps is obviously at the end of his career, but he does cover the ground well. But the challenge is, as you know, Matty, the bash and crash of inside and around the contest is a different fitness than what it is running up and down the wing, being that extra one behind the ball and then getting forward.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a totally different thing, isn't it? When you there's guys on the wing who can run all day, but as soon as they get a bit of bash and crash, it's similar to like the ruck when you talk about the fatigue that a ruck gets when they're wrestling all day. It's a fatigue and roll.
And Freo, I mean, we're not being disrespectful to Richmond, but we're probably all looking forward to the Freo game.
Yeah.
Full dress rehearsal for you?
Yeah, I think for the Crows, definitely. Yeah, I think they need it.
Best team. This is how we're going to go round one of the finals. This is what we're going after.
Yeah, that's what I'd suggest for the Crows. I think they need to get... Because I think there's still a lot of questions about their best 23, and they've got a few guys. Laird comes back. I think Hinge is likely to come back. They've got Fogarty, who's also a chance. So they've got a few guys Malira, who's good. So they've got a few who can come back in. And I think the good thing about the Crows and the guys who debuted on the weekend, they've got a lot of depth as well. So, they've got some real options.
Yeah. Would you rest McKendry this week?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, not only for his
not allowed to.
No, it's the last round only. You can do it this week. You can do it this week.
Hang on, you can't pick and choose what round.
No, resty. Well, he's fatigued.
Well, he should be.
Yeah.
The workload that he's done has been unbelievable in his first year of AFL senior footy.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he's been around the traps for a little while, but it's different when you're the number one man.
Team.
Yeah,
Fresh,
he's been great. And I think it makes sense to me because I think Rob has been playing some solid footy at sample level. McAndrew looks a little bit tired, but if McAndrew did injure himself in the next few weeks, you want O'Brien to be exposed to AFL footy before there's the important part of the year.
So you reckon they'll go Rob over Toby Murray, or you reckon they'll go Toby Murray, give him a full go?
Yeah, potentially. Potentially.
I think he's been essentially the second ruck, hasn't he? Really?
Well, I dare you to do that.
I'm not doing it. I'm not on that committee.
They could not possibly do that.
The other part about that, if McAndrew did go out in the final series, you bring in O'Brien in over Murray.
All day, every day. As a full dress rehearsal.
Yeah.
Crows trio sign on. We've got Hugo Hall-Kahan and Zach Taylor for 2 years, and then Finbar Maley for 1.
Yeah, great news. I think Zach Taylor and Hall-Kahan have been really super this year when they've come in, and I've loved the craft of Zach Taylor as a forward. He's been really good, and Hall-Kahan as a mid-season recruit has been super too. So great to hear the news.
Yeah, and Saligo, what are we going to do with him in these last 3 games?
Yeah, it's been
a little bit on the wing, wasn't he? A little bit in the midfield.
He played more mid-forward this week. He's done more mid this week.
Yeah, he's probably one who, if Berry comes back in, he could be squeezed more forward time. But he's been an interesting one all year, hasn't he? He sort of hasn't got to the heights that we probably would have hoped, and he hasn't found the form that he probably would have hoped.
Well, if you'd have said to me that they're going to rest Berry comes back down Kurt in the middle and all the changes they've had, that maybe Saligo could get spat out or a Zach Taylor from the start of the year, one of them's going to have to go.
Yeah, and especially with Archie coming back, he makes them better. So it's going to be a tough selection come the end of the year for the Crows.
Gee, that Oscar Ryan went all right.
Yeah, he's been really solid. Like he played a lot of sample footy.
He stepped up to the level, didn't he?
He's got that speed and power, and he uses the ball really well. So, that's something to build on for the Crows with him as well.
Is he a ringer?
He's got a bit of red tinge to it, doesn't he?
No, just random. He looked really ringering on the weekend, didn't he? Nothing wrong with it. One of my favourite players was Rocket Maynard. He was a ringer until he lost it all and went as grey as you.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you coach. You go grey very quickly. That's why you still got dark hair.
I sit in the cheap seats, mate. It's quite easy up here. And what are you hearing with Miller? How many weeks is he?
No, I haven't heard a heap. No. I think, I'm not really sure on that one.
Could we miss him?
Yeah, he's a super important player. He's All-Australian, I think, this year. So, they were trying to get him back as quick as they can. So he's pretty important.
Rory Laird to walk up?
I think so. Yeah, okay. I think with his experience, I think they'll get him back straight back in.
So who spits out for him?
Yeah, it's a tough one. I think
Hall-Kahan?
I like the way he goes about it. It's probably Oscar Ryan was pretty solid again on the weekend, but he could be the one that parts ways as well.
Well, you've got some homework between this today and next week for the Freo game. Your best finals round 1, best 23, no excuses. Right. Put your
let's all
cojones on the line, and we want to go. This is my 23 that I'm taking into round 1 of the finals.
Done. I can do that for you, Campo.
Beautiful.
Pully ones, big ones, drop them like that. Straight on the table. Matty Crouch, our guest.
Excellent work, Crouchy. Whatever you need delivered, don't just send it, ace it, and when you do, you're helping them support 25 sporting clubs and more, and Breakthrough Mental Health Research Foundation. Don't just send it, ace it, and visit aceittransport.au. Eddie Maguire coming up after the news.
Rowey and Timmy G.
The 5AA Sports Show. There's a place where you'll always receive the best care. A place where you'll feel more relaxed and comfortable. At Silver Chain, that place is your place. Get the health and aged care you deserve with Silver Chain.
Join me, Leith Forrest, as I chat with some of the biggest names from around the world. Find the Afternoons with Leith Forrest podcast on the 5AA Player app.
Hi, Matt Crouch here. Feeling the pinch at the petrol pump? With fuel prices on the rise, now's the perfect time to drive smarter with budget car and truck rental. Our growing fleet of hybrid vehicles helps you go further, using less fuel and with the comfort and reliability you expect. Whether it's a weekend away, a work trip, or you just need a car for a few days, Budget has hybrid options ready to go. Drive more, spend less on fuel. Budget car and truck rental. 13 27 27. That's 13 27 27.
It's landed at Mawson Lakes Mazda. The next generation Mazda CX-5. Built for wherever life leads, the CX-5 has it all. And right now, there's even more choice with run-out prices on selected current generation CX-5 models. No gimmicks here at Mawson Lakes Mazda, just the best customer support. However life leads you, there's a Mazda CX-5 ready to take you there. Mawson Lakes Mazda, Salisbury Highway, just a short drive from the city.
Just call Ken Hall. We'll be there anytime at all. Just call Ken Hall.
Are you warm enough this winter? Getting the best out of your home heating system? Just call Ken. Whether it's gas or electrical, installation or service, Ken is your go-to. Save on your energy bills and make sure your home is safe and warm this winter. Just call Ken, working for you since 1983.
Just call Ken Hall.
The news and information that matters. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Cloudy down to 5 tonight, partly cloudy tomorrow 15. With the 5 o'clock news, I'm Mel Usher. There's been a carjacking at Elizabeth East. A woman sitting in her Mazda station wagon was allegedly threatened with an axe around 5 a.m. The car was located several hours later at Seacombe Gardens. 3 teenagers, aged 13 and 15, were arrested on a train soon after and are facing a string of charges. Industrial action has hit Arnott's as workers at Marston push for a better pay deal. They've walked off the job for the first time in more than 3 decades and they rallied at lunchtime. The union's Erin Cresswell says it wasn't a decision they took lightly.
I don't think at this stage the public has to worry about not having Tim Tams in the supermarkets. It was just 24 hours. But the workers really wanted to show the company how upset they are.
An opposition MP is calling on the federal government to explain how widely it consulted on its proposed gambling reforms. A Senate committee is examining Labor's bill to restrict gambling advertisements. Former NRL player Luke Bateman has told the inquiry betting companies offer drugs and escorts to lure VIP clients. Liberal MP Simon Cook has told News 24 the government must outline what it knows about these inducements.
Either the Prime Minister and the Communications Minister consulted broadly and knew about this behaviour and ignored it, or they didn't consult with people in these VIP programs. Both are incredibly bad, and I'm calling on the Communications Minister and the Prime Minister to come out and explain.
A record 119,000 complaints have been lodged with a financial watchdog. Superannuation and investments have seen the largest surge in concerns to the Financial Complaints Authority. Chief Customer Officer Deborah Jenkins says as households face more budget pressures, they're taking a closer look at the institutions handling their money.
There's no doubt that in tough economic conditions, people do take a close look at their bank accounts. They do look at their terms and conditions, and it does make them think about where their money is going.
Now turning to 5AA Sport and a swag of contract extensions at Westlakes. Hugo Hall-Kahan, Zach Taylor and Finbar Maley all recommitting to the Crows. Mid-season recruit Hall-Kahan has paid tribute to coach Matthew Nix, selecting him after little over a week at the club.
He came to me straight away and said, I'd put you in the team for a reason. It's just to play purely off instinct. So make it up, do what you do and sort of go from there. And hearing those words from him, that was, it gave me a real licence to just go and do what I do.
Geelong's development coach Nigel Lappin is the Tasmania Devils' new inaugural head of development and he's looking forward to the challenge.
I know that it comes with risk because here I'm comfortable and safe with the way that this club works and the environment it's created and how their people function collectively. There comes some risk with doing that, but that excites me, and I'm looking forward to the good times and the hard times.
Lappin will continue with the Cats until the end of the current season and start with the Devils in November. And in tennis, James Duckworth has defeated fellow Aussie Chris O'Connell in straight sets in the first round at the Canada Open. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Afternoon, a couple of big delays with some collisions on the drive home. One at Hampstead Gardens, very slow through there, North East Road near OG Road. More delays with the smash at Prospect, Regency Road near Main North Road, and a breakdown to look out for South Road near Davis Streets. Quite busy for the drive home at Glen Osmond Road, heading home through Glenunga, and sluggish with a breakdown at Glenburn Road, Kensington Park. Camera, River Road, Port Noarlunga. South Australia brings you the simple pleasures of winter with hundreds of experiences and offers. Plan your escape at southaustralia.com/winter. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA weather.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Cloudy and down to just 5 tonight. Partly cloudy tomorrow, 15. Thursday, sunny and 17. Friday, a sunny morning, then a shower or two, 19. Right now, it's 12 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Brenton Rackless. Tonight, suppliers warn of price hikes for chicken and eggs as bird flu spreads. Kmart launches smart glasses to rival Meta, and they've already sold out. Iconic Glenelg Norfolk Pines set to get the chop, while the council says they must go. And AFL backlash, the controversial memo sent to all teams about resting players. 9 News. Your news. Night at 6 on 9 and on 9 Now.
Here at 5AA, we're all about supporting local. The Excelsior Hotel is back. Fully renovated kitchen, fresh new dining room and new menu with all-day dining from 12. Come to something new at the Excelsior Hotel.
You can get a nice hot shower, a decent meal, and then to get your clothes washed. Do you know how good it feels just to put on clean clothes? People don't understand exactly how bad it is out there.
Step up to end homelessness this Friday with Hutt Street Centre's Walk a Mile in My Boots. Register or donate. walkamile.org.au.
A mum and dad considering retirement living? If they sell the house, what happens to their pension? What are the tax implications? McGain Real Estate have specialist advisors ready to sit down for a chat. Contact McGain today. McGain.com.au.
The passing of someone close places unique stress on family and friends. At this time, Farrell and O'Neill Funerals are here to provide reassurance and peace of mind. Farrell and O'Neill offer creative guidance and advice to tailor a service that best honours your loved one. Whether a large gathering or a small, intimate service, Farrell and O'Neill share their generations of experience in tailoring a unique and meaningful farewell. Proudly SA family-owned and operated, because it's personal.
Streaming live via the 5AA Player app on DAB Digital Radio and on 1395 AM. This is 5AA, always Adelaide. Adelaide's only local sports show, the 5AA Sports Show.
Still to come, Eddie Maguire with his say on the AFL's crackdown on resting players. Swans Premiership coach John Longmire joins us at 5:30, plus Travis Dodd on the World Game, and we'll take all your calls. Get involved in the program.
Rowey and Timmy G. The 5AA Sports Show.
7 minutes after 5 on this Tuesday night. Timmy G out for the week, so Campo is filling in alongside Stephen Rowe. We're taking your calls on 8223 0000. We'll get back to all of them straight after our next guest.
And now,
righto, what do we need to do?
On the 5AA Sports Show.
This is as good as it gets.
It's Eddie Maguire.
This is just poppycock.
Thanks to Lexus of Adelaide, South Australia's exclusive Lexus dealer. Exceptional service plus on-call benefits like complimentary loan cars and premium events.
These are about as consistent as the Ark.
And Harvey Norman Clearance Centre. Cooking appliances, washing machines, dishwashers, TVs and more. 919 Marion Road, Marion.
Well, they bring us Eddie Maguire, and Eddie, welcome. The AFL's warned the clubs with a memo about tanking in the final round. Are they so serious, these propeller heads?
Hello, Rowey. Nice to start off with a just easy one, mate. There, Campo. Good to be with you, mate. Can you pour some cold water on his head just to calm him down a touch?
Well, you didn't hear the first 10 minutes of the opener, Eddie. He was on fire.
Well, I tend to agree with you a bit, Rowey, in that the whole idea of tanking is actually to stop teams lying down so they could get draft concessions and draft picks. At the other end, it's called list management, and you do whatever you need to do to win the flag or give yourself the best chance to win the flag. Next week, I was going to do something tonight on Footy Classified, but I'm going to wait till next week, which is the way that I would change the end of the season so that every team from top to bottom is still invested and playing for a reason, and that way you don't have to worry about it because you don't want to lose. You play your best team and try and win every week. But that's for another day. But to your point, look, I think what it is Greg Swan sent it out trying to make sure that everybody doesn't go mad on not playing players. But, I think we've seen list management is everything. That's the whole idea, is to play your entire list, to be able to bring players through and to get it up for that situation. But clearly, going back in time, it was all about not lying down for draft picks. Not that there was tanking at Melbourne, but something very similar to what Melbourne was doing at the time was pretty much tanking.
Yeah. I'd send a memo back to the AFL, to Ms. Dillon and Ms. Swan, and say, well, how about you worry about your backyard first and get the umpiring right before you worry about us managing our team.
I think Mick Malthouse has said something very similar today. He's gone off, and Luke Beveridge last night. I think, it's one of those ones. Yeah, all right, take the memo and file it in the circular file and move on.
Yeah, well, Mick, I think he said, Eddie, he goes, I wouldn't have even opened the email.
Just out of curiosity, because you're the chairman, who does the email go to? Does it always go to the CEO, or is it the football manager? Is it where does this memo go? Does it go to the whole club?
I would have thought it would go to the football director.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and probably copied to the CEO, and then it makes its way through there. But, look, as we said, everyone's trying to win every week, but at the same time, you're looking for the longer term. At the next 6 weeks or 7 weeks of football, it's all about setting yourself up for the finals.
Yep.
I would love, as I said, let me have this conversation with you next week about, because what we're seeing at the moment, we're getting there close to what's happening with the wildcard weekends, and already, the benefit this week is you've got Collingwood versus West Coast and St Kilda versus Carlton, and they're taking on epic proportions. So, there's a lot of interest in there. But what I don't like, as I've said to you before, is a situation where Adelaide at the moment, I think, is 0.4% ahead of Geelong. Is that right? If you look up the ladder there, guys. But it's not much in it, and I think Adelaide might have a game in hand. Might be 4 points in front. But Geelong's last 3 games are against North Melbourne, Essendon and Richmond, or it's Essendon, North Melbourne and Richmond, 2 of which are down at Cardinia Park. Now, they are going to win those games by that far. It's not funny. And I just hate that at the end of the season, we've still got teams who are completely cooked and out of it and don't have any players to rest anyway, and having a scenario that could see Adelaide miss the top 4 because of the fixture that was decided in October last year.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why this time next week we'll have this conversation, boys. But
let's do it.
There's every chance, in the next couple of weeks that Adelaide, if Adelaide wins, they're fine. They get through. But there's every chance that if they drop one game in the last 3, and that might be in resting players to get right to have a go at it, Geelong goes past them because they've got this absolute soft draw that some bloke in Canada came up with.
Yeah. No, you're right. It's 0.4%, Eddie, and one game. You're right. Yeah. The next piece of the puzzle at Tassie's been appointed. Geelong's Nigel Lappin has been well respected across the industry for 18 years. He's been at one club. That's a phenomenal effort. And he's done a number of roles there, but he's got the head of development role, which is clearly a really important position with Tassie coming in.
It is indeed. Now, for the last few years, all I've heard is they've got no money in Tassie to build a stadium. Well, I'll tell you what, they must have hit a seam of gold down there, because I'm hearing they're throwing money everywhere at the moment, and not just in the men's game. It's unbelievable. It's a story for tonight on Footy Classified that I'll go into the details of something that is quite smart. This is the thing. It's not they're not marrying their cousins or anything down there in Tasmania at the moment. There's none of that situation. They are smart as. And Brendan Gale has now been able to get a really good coach in Ken Hinkley, who's gone and got Lappin, who's a fantastic operator. They're starting to build a show, aren't they? And it's great. It's really good for the competition. But as I keep saying in all these situations, it's all really good until they start stealing people from your club. And then you'll start
that's it. Yeah, I agree.
So Lappin's a very, very good result. I mean, that starts to, when they start to now go and pull the coats of players and they go, right, Ken Hinkley, Brennan Gale, Nigel Lappin, et cetera, here's our board, and they've got a really good board down there, and this is what it's going to start to look like, and we can pay you a fortune over the odds. It's going to get the attention of a few people.
Oh, I think it will. Look, I love Craig Kelly. I live with him. He's a marketer, one of the best. The new look pre-game last week, he missed the mark on this one. Surely we're not going to do that. Toss the coin 90 minutes before, come out the race, jump into position, and be 7 goals down, Eddie.
Yeah, well, as I said, my main concern is that we sing Good Old Collingwood Forever at the end of the game, and I like it at the start of the game as well.
Yeah.
So, no, I mean, look, I think you've got to look at these things, take parts of it. It's not a zero-sum game. I think getting out onto the ground and getting in position and not taking half an hour to, have shots and all that sort of stuff, I like that idea. I don't like the theme songs not being played. I think if you had the theme song, as soon as Collingwood gets its foot on that turf, I want to hear Good Old Collingwood Forever, and they run through the banner, and I'd like to see them run through, not this business where they walk up and lift the skirt up and go underneath. Run through with intent. And then I'd like to see the captains run to the middle quickly, do the toss. You can play your rock and roll music or whatever the song of the day is, like Port Adelaide do with Never Tear Us Apart. Down as you and your teammates are standing in the goal square in front of your cheer squad, that's a good thing. And then get on with the game. I like all that. I didn't like I didn't like the songs. Wasn't my go. Some of the younger people are saying they like it, but I think you've just got to be a bit careful on these things. The theme songs are what set people apart and bring an entire club together. As you guys well know, I have got 2 rules. I'm very progressive in my thinking. I moved Collingwood out of Victoria Park, moved us to the MCG, moved us to Olympic Park, but I was red hot on 2 things, the song and the jumper.
No, good point. Now, your old mob again, Eddie, in the throes of thing. Lachie Neale toured the facilities last week. Is that a good look for playing before the weekend?
Well, look, it's one of those things. People do it anyway, don't they?
Yeah.
So it may as well be up front. I mean, I've been courted in the past by television stations. You can walk and chew gum at the same time, particularly for somebody like Lachie Neale. I mean, he came out and played pretty well on the weekend. I mean, it's in the it's not the best thing, I suppose. You'd rather if you're in a campaign to win a premiership at the Brisbane Lions, that you're not getting your head turned by Collingwood or anybody else. But at the same time, that's just the way of the world. It's as simple as that. You may as well go and have a look and get it done. I always hate when these things get out, though. I think if you're going to do it secretly, well, shut up and do it. And, it's incumbent on Collingwood to be quiet about it as well.
Pretty hard to do that these days, Ed.
Yeah, it is. Well, I think, remember, what's his name? I've forgotten his name, the Korean player from the Dogs who came past Collingwood one day.
Lin Jong?
Walked through. Lin Jong, yeah, that's right. And that got out. And you'll never forget Dusty Martin with his then manager, Ralph Carr, going through GWS. And I think I've got a funny feeling that Ralph Carr might have actually rung the helicopters to get shots from above to make sure everybody saw it so I could go back and get stuck into Richmond to keep him there. But that's all part of the caper, isn't it? So, yeah. You asked me a question. I don't like it, to be honest, but it is what it is.
Yeah. One last one. Josh Fraser, God, he can't do any more. 1-9, lost 2. He's got to be the top dog at can't. And we pay our respects to him. The poor lad lost his dad on Thursday and kept it all in-house. God, he has a good demeanour about him. You know him well, being a Collingwood boy.
Yeah, look, I love Josh. He was the first number 1 pick the first year I was at Collingwood. And so he was part of the rebuild with me and Mick Malthouse. And, he came into the club. He was a great young fella. Was, really unlucky right at the end not to be the captain of the club when Nick Maxwell got it. He was right in that conversation. And Bill, his father, was the most wonderful former country copper who'd be in the room, loved his son. But not only that, he would talk to me, he'd talk to my boys. Carla, my wife, has been really devastated by his passing. I was talking to my parents-in-law who used to come into the rooms after the game sometimes, and they remembered Bill fondly. So, it's funny, I sent Josh a message on Sunday saying, congratulations, fantastic win, well done, mate, good luck with what's coming your way in the next couple of weeks. And I said, by the way, how's Bill? Not knowing that his father had passed. And he came back and said, Dad passed on Thursday. I knew he'd been ill, and I just was checking in. And I just thought, as you guys just did, what a great young man that he didn't go for the pity or just didn't even tell anybody. He got on with his job, did what he had to do. The Carlton had given him an extra week to contemplate whether he puts his hat in the ring because he has to go and bury his father this week up at Mansfield. He's a stoic country lad, highly intelligent, highly evolved, and he, as you said, he at the moment in the last 11 games is second on the ladder, only behind Fremantle with 9-2.
I know.
So he's turned it around. He's been unbelievable. There is a renaissance of the Carlton Football Club. And actually, I'm going to do a bit on this tonight on Footy Classified. It reminds me a lot of 1978 when Carlton, in the early part of the season, were on the bottom of the ladder. They were second bottom, nearly on the bottom. And they got rid of Ian Thorogood, who was the coach in those days, and then replaced him. They were going to replace him with Ian Stewart, the triple Brownlow medalist. And then he pulled out of it because of health issues. And then they went to Serge Silvani. Anyway, eventually they convinced Alex Jesaulenko, who didn't want to coach them, to be the coach. And by the end of the year, they had this massive run at the end of the year, got to the finals, and actually got beaten in the first semi-final by Collingwood in a game that was legendary for the big fights they had that day. It was on for young and old. Phil Carman was in there, got reported and got off the next week. Anyway, that was 1978. They then went on to win 3 of the next 4 grand finals.
Goodness, mate.
So it's got a very similar feel. I hope that doesn't happen.
No.
I hate Carlton.
Come on, Eddie.
Well, Eddie, they only did well in that era because there was the brown paper bag era. They were what?
Well, actually, that was a little bit before that.
Sorry.
Get your timeline right.
Sorry.
that was when Campo was playing.
Turn it up.
That's it. He goes down to Harvey Norman and just backs up the Lexus.
He does.
Just fills it up every week. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Hey, Eddie, as always, thanks for your time. Brilliant.
Hey, good on you, boys. Have a good one. Hope Tim's well, and let's enjoy the next 7 weeks of footy. It's going to be something special. So good luck. But now that I've alerted you to that about Adelaide, you love it when there's a stitch up in there, and this Geelong playing these dud sides who aren't going to fire a shot over the last 3 weeks. There's going to be something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, I like that one. Eddie Maguire, bought to us by Lexus of Adelaide, secure incredible value of 2025 plate new and demonstrator models, and Harvey Norman Clearance Centre from cooking appliances, the washing machines, dishwashers, TVs and more. There's new stock arriving weekly. Harvey Norman Clearance Centre, 919 Marion Road, Marion.
Excellent work. 22 after 5 on this Tuesday night. Here's traffic.
Afternoon, a couple of delays causing really big headaches this afternoon. One at Hampstead Gardens, North East Road near OG Road. Another one at Prospect, Regency Road near Main North Road. And Kensington Gardens, twisted traffic like Lingburn Road near the break, causing delays as well. Carro, Shores Road, Lonsdale. Tonight on Channel 10, join 22 infamous Aussies to play a wickedly good game of lies and deception. The Traitors starts 7:30 tonight on Channel 10. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G.
Well, it's that time of the year again where we're supporting the Hutt Street Centre and Catherine House with our Undie Drive, raising funds to provide clean underwear for those who are less fortunate.
A clean pair of undies is something we can often take for granted, and with winter well and truly here, there are some vulnerable South Aussies who desperately need our help.
And this year, there are more ways than ever to get involved, so keep listening to 5AA for how you can help, or head to 5AAAndydrive.com.au to donate.
Massive supporters of local for over 50 years, McGain Real Estate, McGain Commercial, McGain Property Management, McGain.com.au.
Hi, I'm Lynn Andrews. For over 50 years, we, the Lynn Andrews team, have specialised in commercial and residential property management. But above all, we specialise in people, helping to make life easier for investors and tenants. Everyone is treated with empathy and respect. It's the way we do business. It's the Lynn Andrews way. For residential and commercial property management, we're here to help you. Visit lynnandrews.com.au.
Cup of tea, dear?
The kettle's on. Would you like a cup of tea, love?
Cup of tea, dear.
What?
If you're concerned about hearing loss for a loved one, book an appointment with Can Do Hearing. CanDoHearing.com.au. That sounds better.
Introducing Geely Mawson Lakes. Geely is the world's most exciting new automotive brand, bringing advanced technology, outstanding safety and exceptional value. And when it arrives, it matters who you buy it from. At Geely Mawson Lakes, you'll find an experienced team, the right vehicle with the right deal and advice. Backed by a trusted South Australian dealership group, we're proud to bring this new range to Adelaide's north. Geely Mawson Lakes, your new Geely destination, just a short drive from the city.
We've all had it happen, even I have. I'm talking about that sliding patio door or window that you have to wrestle with to open and close. Luckily, Rollerco were able to get the parts I needed to fix it, and if I can do it, you can do it. For over 40 years, Rollerco have been making, fixing and supplying parts for all sorts of sliding doors and windows. Do what I did. Call into Shop 3, 26 Jacobson Crescent at Holden Hill, or visit the website rollerco.com.au. They'll get you rolling.
Who can fix the shower?
Service today.
Who can fix the power?
Service today.
With thousands of positive reviews, it's no wonder that Service Today is the most recognised and respected home service company rated by Australians. Our licensed technicians can help with all your plumbing, electrical, heating, cooling and home security needs. So when you need reliable home services, at Service Today, the answer will always be, yes, we can. Yes, we can, is what we say. Service Today. Google Service Today to book one of our experts.
Outdoor living is part of the Australian way of life. A quiet coffee in the morning or a backyard barbecue with friends on the weekend. Alpha Industries helps create those spaces to relax and entertain with fully welded verandas, carports, sheds and studios designed to suit your home. The stock take sale is on now, so take a look at our modern curved styles to classic heritage gables using genuine Australian blue scope steel. Take advantage of our stock take sale on now. Ask for a quote today at alphaindustries.com.au.
Vehicle damaged? Remember 3 Ps. Pro Paint and Panel. They'll take care of everything, including insurance.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
Back to your calls. It's 26 minutes after 5 on this Tuesday. John Longmire is going to join us at 5:30. Looking forward to his ideas and wisdom around the game. And, of course, we have an injury report to get through, all thanks to clklegal.com.au. If you have a personal injury claim, get the compensation you deserve with CLK Legal. The Crows have put out quite an extensive injury list. There's a lot of players who are tests for this week. Let's go through them, Rowey.
Well, James Peatling test, Sam Berry test, he was rested. Rory Laird's back test, they put him back in. James Ball-Ace test with that hamstring. It's not a ping-a-ding-ding, so he should be fine.
Scans are clear, yeah.
Nick Murray's a knee test. Luke Nankervis chest test. Jordan Butts to be confirmed. Hugh Bond 1-2 with a hammy. Wayne Miller still listed as 3 weeks with a hammy, so that's after the bye for first final, which is a bit dangerous. Luke Pedler will probably be done with 5 weeks. So CLK Legal, that's 7 possible ins, maybe 6 changes. I doubt it. Would you put Laird back in? Tough one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a tough one. I'd have to have a look at what that back line looked like.
We'll do that later. Hello, Tom.
How are you, boys?
Good.
Good.
Port Adelaide. You're talking about Port Adelaide. Well, I'll tell you what Curry needs to do is teach them some skills. They can't kick and they can't handball. The other thing is Georgiades, great player, can't kick. You have a look at 50% of their time when he's 40 out or less in front, he misses. So teach him to kick, teach him to handball, and they might kick a few goals because they can't kick goals as well.
Yeah, the basics, you're right, Tom. You're right. I think the talent that's coming back in that list will certainly help that. But, yep, you're right. Thanks for waiting on. Thanks, Tom. Hello, Dave.
Yeah, g'day. Hey, Campo, just a question, mate. We're seeing something that we haven't really seen before at Carlton. Roll out a couple of cliches here. The interim coach normally gets a little bit of a sugar hit, but we've probably seen enough of a sample size now to see that Josh Fraser's actually had an impact. My question is, how quickly can a coach change the way a team is playing? Because it was only 12 weeks ago Michael Voss was still controlling that side. So are they still playing the Michael Voss way he's just tweaked it and freshened him up a bit? Or is that enough time in season to turn it around and change the way they're playing? And if he has, well, that's a pretty remarkable effort to do it in season.
Yeah, no, it's a great point. I think it's more the first. I think, the contest and clearance part has always been there. I think what Josh has done has been able to add to the offense part of the game, which they probably struggled with, particularly over the last couple of years. So they're certainly playing with a little bit more freedom, that's for sure. And then the group's just jumped on board. It's amazing once you get a little bit of confidence and some belief in what you want to do. All of a sudden, they've gone from a slow ball movement team to a team that kicked 150 points against the reigning premiers. So he's done a wonderful job in terms of changing, the fortunes of that footy club. 9-2. It's not a sugar hit. That's having a real influence on the playing group.
All right, more of your calls shortly. Time for the 5:30 headlines, and then the horse, John Longmire, next.
Rowey and Timmy G. The 5AA Sports Show. Will Goodings with Stacey Lee. 5AA Breakfast.
It'd be a lot easier to catch up with mates at the pub if the government got rid of the alcohol tax. I'm not sure what the big bad is that we're fighting in an era where we're drinking less and less. Yet it's still taxed as though it's this scourge that's growing. It's going the other way. The health messages are out there.
Will Goodings with Stacey Lee.
So I just wonder, it feels, it's a revenue stream. What am I saying? It's not a great mystery about this. It's a revenue stream and they're hard to quit.
Weekdays from 6 a.m. on 5AA. Always Adelaide. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Good evening, Mel Usher with the news headlines. The number of confirmed cases of bird flu in South Australia has jumped to 81. 3 teenagers have been charged following a northern suburbs carjacking. 60,000 people have been evacuated from their homes as fires burn in Washington state. And in sport, Port's Jason Horne-Francis is preparing to play game number 100 this weekend. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Evening, still seeing delays at Prospect with a crash, Regency Road near Main North Road, another collision getting wrapped up at Hampstead Gardens, North East Road near OG Road. And do look out for that twisted traffic light tonight at Kensington Gardens for the drive home, Glenburn Road near the parade. Super slow as we speak, Fullerton Road at the Glen Osmond Road intersection and a camera tonight, Liberty Grove, Woodville Gardens. South Australia brings you the simple pleasures of winter with hundreds of experiences and offers. Plan your escape at southaustralia.com/winter. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA forecast, cloudy down to 5 tonight, partly cloudy tomorrow 15. Right now it's 10 degrees. We'll have more news at 6 on 5AA, always Adelaide.
Ever wondered how you can support the families of children born with genetic diseases? By joining a CMAX clinical trial, you can help advance important medical research for a rare genetic condition called Prader-Willi syndrome. If you're aged between 18 to 55 and in good general health, you might be eligible to take part. Spend 4 nights at CMAX in Adelaide CBD, attend 1 follow-up visit and get paid for your time. Interested? Apply today at cmax.com.au.
Honey, have you seen my shirt?
It's on the ironing board. Kids, charge your phones, please.
This everyday slice of life is powered by Solar Power Direct, providing solar and home battery storage to families all over South Australia. With Solar Power Direct, life goes on. Visit South Australia's largest renewable energy showroom at 314 Torrens Road, Croydon Park. solarpowerdirect.com.au.
I was on the streets for 4 years. You would be surprised on what you take for granted. Just as something as simple as a hot cup of coffee, even a clean pair of socks.
Step up to end homelessness this Friday with Hutt Street Centre's Walk a Mile in My Boots. Register or donate. walkamile.org.au.
I don't know what I'd do without that help.
For over 45 years, Statesman Windows, a third-generation South Aussie family-run business, has helped home renovators and builders bring design, charm and natural light into their homes. With industry-leading turnaround times, Statesman Windows continues to offer value for money, backed up by great service and advice right across Metro and regional South Australia. For windows when and where you want them, call Statesman Windows.
Windows when and where you want them. Windows when and where you want them.
Barbara Streisand. Her music and life come alive in The Way We Were. Starring award-winning singer-songwriter, performer and storyteller Melinda Schneider. Melinda brings to life hits like You Don't Bring Me Flowers, Evergreen, Woman in Love and many more. Saturday, August 8 at Her Majesty's Theatre. For tickets, go to thewaywewere.com.au.
Car accident? You should have the freedom to choose your trusted repairer. Choose Pro Paint and Panel.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
It's 26 minutes to 6 on this Tuesday. We have plenty of time for your calls tonight. Travis Dodd's going to join us with the World Game later on after 6 o'clock. And for a $50 Powers voucher, our lines are open to you, 8223 0000.
We look forward to this all week. I got the book delivered and had a good little flick through. John Longmire, Pain, Perspective and Premierships, my autobiography. It's a Penguin Random House publication. It is out in all good bookstores. Father's Day not far away. John, welcome.
G'day, gents. Good to be with you.
Good man. Look, it's a 5-part series from the early days to your playing to your coaching. What part of it did you enjoy reliving the most, penning this?
Oh, a bit of a mixture, I guess. There was different highlights at different times, but I enjoyed reliving the coaching the most. I mean, to be able to be a head coach for 14 years and do it in a market, a non-traditional AFL market, and also growing up in New South Wales, I think was pretty special. So to reflect on that period was really good to be able to spend 12 months sort of looking backwards on what was an amazing journey.
I sense that you had a mighty career, premiership player, the youngest ever to win a Coleman medal, I think at 19 years of age. I mean, you look at your playing record and the successes you had and what you did at North, and then you go to the coaching. So of the two, what did you enjoy the most, the playing or the coaching, or is that unfair, John?
No, it's a fair question. I enjoyed the early part of my playing career. The last 3 years I struggled. I had 2 knee reconstructions and struggled to be in the regular team. I went from a regular player and playing a key part in a really strong team to really struggling the last few years. I retired at 28, so pretty young. But I reflect really fondly on the 14 years as head coach. It was just a amazing experience, and I look back on the people that I've met through that part of my life and the players that I've coached, and feel so fortunate to have coached some of the all-time greats.
And John, you spoke about in the book about the adversity of a player, and often that is sometimes the motivation to keep going. How did those setbacks shape your resilience and, I guess, your future coaching philosophies?
Yeah, I guess it wasn't until I really realised when I stepped back from coaching and spent some time away from it that I realised that most of my biggest changes through my life have happened through what was at the time what I thought were significant setbacks. And I think that's the thing that I came out of writing the book was just whether it was a couple of knee reconstructions which shoved me into another direction of coaching, or other different challenges over the journey, is that I got some of my best learnings out of some of the most, what you think at the time is really adverse challenges, but when you look back on it, you think you get your most growth out of those areas. And certainly, there's some sliding door moments there that were quite significant in my life when I look back, and they were, often based upon some really challenging times.
And then you went from a player, then to administrator. You went into the AFL Players Association. Then you were a player manager for a little while. Then into the Sydney with Paul Roos. Was it always a passion to get into coaching, or just something that sort of evolved over that journey?
Well, when I had my knee reconstruction, my second knee reconstruction in '96, we had a fantastic team. We won the premiership that year. But when I did my knee, Dennis Pagan, who was coaching North Melbourne at the time, asked me to be on the coaching staff with him, and that was my first foray. And I guess an example of what I've been talking about. That gave me a real start up into coaching, and that got me sort of whet my appetite, I guess, on what it was about. So once I started doing that, I realised that I had a bit of a passion for it, and I spent 3 years out of the game as a player manager. Loved that, working for IMG, the biggest sports marketing company in the world at the time, and we managed on a global sense people like Tiger Woods, and it was fantastic to travel and do all that. But the game drew me back, and sometimes the losses as much as the wins and losses drew me back into the game a few years after I retired.
Well, I had the pleasure of Dennis Pagan coaching me, John, as well. Did you take any of his one-liners, his famous one-liners, which are always over a beer with past North Melbourne greats or Carlton players? He had some of the best one-liners going around.
Yeah, there was something about raining and all sorts of stuff.
That's
and he kept on. There was plenty of sayings.
If Arnie had whiskers.
Plenty of those. I had what was quite funny. I spent a lot of my journey coaching in Sydney with John Blakey as an assistant coach, and so I'd drop in just not deliberately, but just I'd find myself coming back to a couple of old sayings that Dennis used to throw in there all the time because he said them all the time, and I'd look up the back of the meeting room and John Blakey would be having a little chuckle, and we'd have a laugh about it afterwards. We couldn't help get it out of there.
Yeah, brilliant.
Is there much of him in you?
I just think it's the evolution of coaching. You know, he left an impact because of the game plan that he established and how structured and that he was in that. And I thought that was a real fantastic motivating factor for me. But as far as the evolution of coaching, the generational change, that it's a different coaching caper now compared to what it was. At the end of my career, it was completely different to what it was when I was playing, and that's because of generational change.
Yeah, we're speaking to John Longmire. It's an autobiography. It's a great read. Coffee Table. It's a quality Penguin book. I just want to go quickly back to playing because I don't want to do the coaching because that's what we fondly admire you from afar, John, in that coaching caper. But at 19, you won the Coleman. I said that 90. You were the youngest ever, 98 goals. Was it true the last game of the year was Collingwood when you kicked 2 goals 8, you clown?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Thanks for bringing that up. And, I just got over that. Yeah. I just got over it.
Oh, stop it.
No, that's right. We didn't have a chance of making the finals. As you say, I was 19, and I think Wayne Schimmelbusch at the time put a media ban on me, which probably didn't help. And I just got to the game. I reckon 2 goals were almost done at quarter time, and I thought this will be done at half time. I'll be able to kick 4 pretty easily and enjoy the 100 goals. But I missed the first one, missed the second one, then it got worse and worse. And then at the end of the game, I ended up with 2 goals 8 and missed the ton. So the worst thing, I felt guilty from my teammates. They tried like buggery to make it happen for me, and I just stuffed it up.
Well, you're only 19. Pain, perspective and premierships, John Longmire, the autobiography. Did pain give you the perspective? Because I look at your career as a player and as a coach. So you missed the grand final 96 with an injury. At 98, North made it. You weren't there. 99, you won it. Fantastic. But then as a coach, 5 grand finals for the one flag. I'm so glad you won one as a player and won one as a coach, John. There's no question about that. What you've done to football's been brilliant. And I've never heard of a player that doesn't speak so highly of you. I coached Heath Grundy as a young lad, and oh my God, just glowing of you, John. And that's the testimony to who you are. Is there one grand final in all of that pains you more?
I would love to have won the 16 grand final against the Bulldogs. I mean, that was... we were even about halfway through the last quarter, and there was a big momentum with the Bulldogs. Obviously, that was the first time in 52 years I think they'd won a premiership. So that would have been a good one to get. I mean, there's no such thing as one that's more heartbreaking than the other. They're all heartbreaking when you lose grand finals, but that one was sort of my mind, and it would have been great to finish off. I don't know whether I would have stopped coaching at the end of 24 if we'd have won it. I may have. It would have been great to finish off my playing career at North Melbourne in a premiership, and maybe my coaching career at the Swans with a premiership as well. But we just missed that as well. So it would have been good to be able to maybe bookend my playing and coaching careers with flags. Yeah,
I love the colour page section, and yours actually has 2 12-page sections, which is quite unique. You like photos too. There's a lot of Buddy Franklin, John Longmire. Is he up there as one of your favourites?
Well, he's pretty hard not to be. He wrote the foreword to the book, which I loved. I really appreciated him doing that. And I mean, how lucky was I? Coaching. Was lucky enough to coach Adam Goods, and then so lucky to be able to coach Lance Franklin. He turned up at our footy club at 27 on at 27 years of age, he played his first game and had a 9-year contract. And so it was extraordinary to be able to see him actually extend that contract for another year. And, you know, I was front row seat to seeing some of the best of Buddy Franklin. I just feel so privileged to be able to see him. You know, when he kicked his 1,000 goals at the SCG that night, that was an incredible experience. You know, that footage went all over the world, and I was lucky enough to be coaching him that night.
Yeah, they were some great players, no question. It would have been nice to have those magnets up on the board, Horse, I would imagine, when you're going into match committee, knowing that they're on your team, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Now, one of the strongest themes, I reckon, out of the book, John, was around your leadership, and you're well-renowned in that part. But I love the bit about developing players rather than simply coaching them. Look, just give us a bit of a background on that.
Yeah, I guess, you know, we had 80% of our players generally from interstate at Swans, and so you sort of have an obligation. These kids often turn up, there's 7 or 8 of them turn up every year, and 18-year-olds often straight out of high school, straight out of living at home. You have a responsibility, pretty serious responsibility for these kids. And I was lucky enough over many of them to see them start their careers and really come through as players, but also as people. And they go off and doing study. They do different studies, they do different jobs, and see them at the end of their careers, and many times have families of their own. And I was so fortunate to be able to see the transition of their lives, and so privileged to be able to sit back and be a small part of that. And that's when I look back on it, I just really appreciate the opportunity that I had to be able to do that and be part of so many players' lives. Yeah,
it's one thing that resonated with me, John, through coaching. I loved that part of it. Yes, the game day stuff was great, the strategy, but seeing him develop from an 18-year-old into fathers, most of them, if you're there long enough, was outstanding. The other part, I guess, you went up to Sydney, I wouldn't say less scrutiny, but how did you handle the criticism when you came down to Melbourne versus what you had, I guess, Monday to Friday in Sydney?
Yeah, it was different levels of responsibility. The responsibility we had in Sydney was to market the game, and so we had the most competitive sporting market in the world as far as professional codes. There's not another sporting market like Sydney as far as other codes. So you really had an obligation to have great relationships with the journalists and promote the game in what was a very crowded sporting market up here. And it was a different relationship when you went to Melbourne. You had to really, the pressures down there are a different level again. So, but when we were around about the top of the ladder most years, the pressure to win was always there. You always felt that. It was something that during that 14 years, we only spent 2 years out of the finals, and so we always had external expectations, but really none can match the internal expectations. Our internal expectations up here to be competitive every year and to give our supporters and players an opportunity to be in the finals every year was pretty high, and we thrived on that. I'm really proud of the fact that our players played a lot of finals games during that time, and Luke Parker, Josh Kennedy, these guys were 25, 26, 27 finals games. It's another season of competitive finals games at the highest level, and I'm really proud of that.
63% win-loss, 5 grand finals and all that was quite phenomenal. Did you have to have pain to get perspective? It's the title of your book. If you didn't have that adversity, would you be the John Longmire that we've just read in the book, the autobiography?
Probably not. Yeah, okay. I guess that's part. Yeah, I don't know, to be honest. It's hard to know, isn't it? Yeah. But it's a good question. That's I think some of those challenges in your lives, no matter what they are, can be put in perspective when you consider other people's challenges, really. I mean, in the end, I've been lucky enough I used to think sometimes I used to have to, after a loss, just come in and I'd land on the, you'd be coming in over the Sydney city, and you'd be looking out on the harbour and thinking there's the harbour bridge and the opera house, and you think, geez, how lucky am I? And you'd be, after you'd be feeling sorry for yourself after a loss. And I was lucky enough to meet some families that had many challenges in their own personal lives over the journey. So I think that does give you perspective, and I mean that's what the book's all about.
Look, it certainly is. And I think from Paul Roos to you was so natural to change over you ended up being everyone's second team. It used to give me the shits, to be honest with you. I mean, but because it was the Bloods culture, you heard it, but you could see it every time you played. You could see it. I went all the way to the end of the appendix, and the appendix is the performance ecosystem model. Lessons I've learnt, a leadership philosophy. There's 12 points, too much. We don't have time to do it all. They're your words. It's your philosophy. You can see it. Mate, you don't need to coach again. You need to be a sports psychologist or something.
It's the John Wooden pyramid of success. That's it. It's the modern version of that, Roy.
So over the years, I implore everybody to get the book. Just if you just turn straight to the appendix, you'll get a lot out of it. But that's your life right there, John. You've learnt all that. They're your words, and that's what you live by.
Yeah, though, I mean, that's come from making a lot of mistakes too, Rowey. Yeah. I've made plenty of blues over the years, and I think I've referred to that in what you're talking about there. And, I've tried different times, different methods, and some have worked and some haven't. So I want to what you learn, and certainly what I've learned has come off making a few mistakes and a few things I look at and would have done differently if I had my time again. So, I just shared that, and, we're on a lifelong learning journey, all of us. I'm still learning plenty about it, and, hopefully someone get something out of the book as well.
They certainly will, John. Father's Day coming up. Get it in all good bookstores. Before we let you go, another couple of chapters in the AFL to be written. Coaching, where you at? Come on, horse, where you at?
Where I'm at is I'm lucky. I've been nearly 25 years here at the Swans, and so during a remarkable period of stability, and I'm really, really proud about that. I've got a new role here in Sydney. I've gone from downstairs in the football department to upstairs in the exec team and working with the commercial team, working with our academy, doing different things and thinking about things other than someone's tight hamstring or calf muscle. So I'm doing different things, and I'm actually, we're running leadership programs here at the Sydney Swans headquarters, and so I've got a role in coaching, but it's just a different coaching. It's coaching corporates, and I'm really enjoying that. So who knows what the future brings, but I know I'm enjoying what I'm doing, and I'm lucky to be at a really strong club.
And happy birthday on Saturday too, by the way.
I told him not to say it.
Campo dared me to say it.
Rowey didn't even know what I was talking about.
No, of course I didn't.
What? First of all, I said you probably get 40 text messages every year, people taking the mickey out of you.
Every year I've got the same people sending me the same thing. Doesn't grow tired.
Very obvious. John, amazing career, a terrific book, Pain, Perspective and Premierships. It's your autobiography, your story. It's a Penguin Random House publication. It is A1, without a shadow of a doubt. You'll learn from it. There's no question. You're still learning. We thank you for your time, John.
Gents, thank you very much for your time. Really appreciate it. Thanks.
Yeah, get it in all good bookstores. We couldn't put it down, could we?
No, it's brilliant.
Now, normally I would give this away. I'd say 8223 0000. Who wants it? Nah. I'm having it. I can learn from this.
Yeah. Just read the back page, the back two pages for you.
Horse laughed at the. It went over okay.
What's he going to do? He's not going to pop you on there.
I was nearly going to say to him, that joke about why such the long face. The horse walks into the bar.
No, that would have been too far. No, that's awful.
But the cover of it, very serious horse.
Well, he's gone through pain, perspective, and losing grand finals. Of course he's a bit grumpy.
Why such the long face?
Well, Phil's gone on the Unique Homestyle Food text around, well, John should have called his book straight from the horse's mouth. Okay. God, we're full of cliches tonight, aren't we? Let's get to it.
$2 for $1.
That's easy traffic.
Evening there. Crash at Hampstead Gardens getting wrapped up. That's on North East Road near OG Road. Another collision at Prospect, Regency Road near Main North Road. Kensington Gardens, twisted traffic light to look out for tonight. Glenburn Road near the Parade. Slow going South Road, Edward Sound. Busy Main North Road, Enfield with a camera. Addison Road, Pennington. The Milwaukee 3-day Packard modular storage event starts this Thursday. Limited time while stocks last. T's and C's apply. Available at participating Milwaukee authorised retailers only. Adelaide's most accurate traffic. On 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G. The 5AA Sports Show.
Hi, it's Eddie May here from NRG Solar. The government's cheaper home battery program is still going, offering you significant savings for a battery storage system for your home or business. That's real savings back in your pocket. Discounts reduce over time, so the message is simple. The sooner you act, the better. Get in touch with SA's trusted team at NRG Solar. Visit nrgsolar.com.au and take control of your energy bills. NRG Solar, leading solar in SA.
For over 60 years, Australians have chosen FIVEAA motorhomes. Proudly Australian-made and backed by our 5-year warranty, roadside assistance and cap price servicing. FIVEAA, confidence beyond delivery. Visit adelaide.avidarv.com.au.
There's a moment every family hopes for. When you walk in and they're just happy, settled, themselves, and you realise the decision you agonised over was the right one all along. Para Ability Community Care is one of the state's largest and most trusted disability accommodation providers. We're improving lives in small ways every day. Our PAC fully trained carers give your loved one the life they deserve and give you back the relationship you always wanted. Experience our kindness and connection. Visit ourpac.com.au.
Pop here. Hey, look, I just want to let you know that I'm writing my will. I know. I'm not carking it any time soon, but thought you'd be happy to hear I'm leaving you the boat, mate.
Be like Pop. Write your legal will for free, online and done in minutes at everywill.com.au.
Every will, write your will for free. Just call Ken Hall. We'll be there anytime at all. Just call Ken Hall.
Are plumbing problems causing you stress? Don't let blocked drains, burst pipes or no hot water ruin your day. Ken Hall is here to help. With expert plumbing services, big or small, we handle it all. And we're as local as you. Working for you since 1983, just call Ken.
Just call Ken Hall.
The Yamaha Pitman's Marine Mega Sale is happening now. Prices slashed on Yamaha outboards and wave runners. 7 days of mega savings only at Yamaha Pitman's Marine. August 10 to 15. It's time to go mega.
I love going to school. I've made lots of friends. Our teachers help us to grow, and they make learning lots of fun. We all feel included, safe and happy. Everyone's welcome at a Catholic school. This Catholic School's Open Week. Book your tour at cesa.catholic.com.au and you'll see why I love my school too. August 17 to 23. Join Catholic School's Open Week. Open to all.
35 years of down-to-earth family service, backed by modern premises, means you can rely on Pro Paint and Panel.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
On this Tuesday, 5 minutes to 6, Travis Dodd's going to join us to talk World Game action after 6. But right now, a couple of minutes for your calls.
Yeah, a lot of texts coming through. I thought a good name for the book would have been A Man Called Horse. Yeah, okay. Another one, straight from the horse's mouth. Hello, David.
Steve, how you going, Rowey?
Yeah,
all right.
Good, buddy.
Now, give me a minute, mate. I know you have Eddie on because it's a good profile for the show, and he's well known, and it's and sometimes I think you don't need to suck up to him. But what I'm saying, mate, if Collingwood were playing Richmond, Essendon, and North Melbourne, he would not complain, mate. He would not complain one bit. You know what I mean? How many games did Collingwood play at MCG? Also, they're playing West Coast, Hawthorn and Brisbane at MCG for the rest of the season. So, Eddie, come on, mate. Really.
No, but Dave, I think he was just bringing it to our attention, the anomalies
doesn't matter, Rowey.
of the...
Doesn't matter, mate.
Yeah.
It's all to do with the draft and it's all to do with the schedule of programs and teams. Eddie, come on, mate. He's just whinging because he's worried about Geelong dominating the next 3 games.
No,
Honestly,
he wasn't. He was bringing it up because the Crows are going to be the ones who are going to be the losers from it. They'll win those 3 games and jump over top of us.
He doesn't care about the Crows, bro.
Of course he doesn't. Of course he doesn't. No, I know that. Just like we don't care about bloody Collingwood.
Well, he brought it up, mate. He brought it up about saying that wins. Geelong play 3 weak sides the rest of the season. Eddie, cry all the way to the river, mate, honestly.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Dave. Yep. Call the ambulance. Hello, James.
How are you guys?
Good, James.
Good. Hey, I was just reading in the paper a couple of days ago. I don't know whether you guys are aware, Phil Carman's got terminal cancer.
Yeah, he's got prostate cancer. He's had a huge battle, and if we know Phil, he'll just take it front on and do everything he can to get right.
Yeah, I was bloody shocked because we used to go to all the Sturt games, me and my mates, when he was coach. And
he was a ripper.
he'd just come over to the club after it, and he was just like one of the blokes. He was so down to earth. It was. So when I read that, I got a bit of a bloody shock. So
we wish you well, James. No question. Thanks for that. Yeah, I didn't know he lives in Bendigo now. I reckon. Still as fit as a mallee ball. Yeah, Phil, fabulous Phil.
Never good news.
I mean, I love him because he headbutted an umpire. Of all the things, he's done things that I wished I had done in the day. Well, certainly now, number 22, I'd give that quiff one hell of a bloody
He hasn't got the quiff anymore.
He is so the quiff. 22.
He hasn't got the quiff anymore.
Shortened the hand.
Yeah.
Well, good.
On the basis of your feedback, he went and got a little cut, so you can't name call him and shame him. Oh.
You know what? Good on you, Quiff.
Got to find a new nickname for him. Time for the 6 o'clock news.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G.
The passing of someone close places unique stress on family and friends. At this time, Farrell and O'Neill Funerals are here to provide reassurance and peace of mind. Farrell and O'Neill offer creative guidance and advice to tailor a service that best honours your loved one. Whether a large gathering or a small, intimate service, Farrell and O'Neill share their generations of experience in tailoring a unique and meaningful farewell. Proudly SA family-owned and operated. Because it's personal.
Harris Scarf Friends exclusive winter sale is on now. Upgrade your kitchen with 50% off a huge range of full-price cook sets, plus 60% off full-price Smith & Noble cast iron. Sale ends soon. Exclusions apply. See conditions online. Harris Scarf. Great brands, great prices.
I was going to say the big tall baldy that did the Crows go, he's useless. You allowed to say that? Let's do this. The best $2 you'll spend today is on a People First Community Lottery ticket. You could win from a prize pool worth $309,000 while helping local community groups raise much-needed funds.
Yeah, a little goes a long way, and for just $2 you could win prizes like a Toyota Kluger Hybrid and a 25-day Northern Lights and Rhine River cruise package.
I've got to do the Northern Lights one day. Well, I can if I buy this $2 People's First Community check.
Put your hand in your pocket.
100% of your ticket helps support local sporting clubs, schools, charities, volunteer groups and non-for-profit organisations around Australia raise vital funds.
Yeah, visit communitylottery.com.au to secure your ticket today and view the full T's and C's. 700,000 tickets are available. SA Lottery licence number M15015.
Local news and information first. This is 5AA News, always Adelaide.
Cloudy down to 5 tonight, partly cloudy tomorrow and 15. With the 6 o'clock news, I'm Mel Usher. Bird flu cases in SA continue to grow. There are now 81 confirmed cases here. The Port Lincoln show has cancelled its poultry exhibit. Local Arnott's workers have gone on strike for the first time in more than 3 decades. 160 staff have walked off the job at Marsden as part of their push for a pay rise. The union's Erin Cressall says their current wages are not keeping pace with inflation.
A 2.5% increase each year falls well short of the cost of living in Adelaide, and I think in last year in Adelaide it was about 4.2% alone. So they're actually not going forward at all, they're just going backwards.
There's been a carjacking in the northern suburbs. A woman sitting in her Mazda station wagon at Elizabeth East was targeted early this morning. She was allegedly approached by 2 teenage boys with an axe. The car was located 4.5 hours later at Seacombe Gardens. 3 teens, aged 13 and 15, were arrested on a train soon after and are facing a series of charges. Coles is returning to the Central Market precinct. It's been announced the new Market Square development will include a Coles local. The majority of traders are not worried about the retailer cutting their lunch on fresh produce. Well, the federal government has sidestepped questions about whether it will strengthen its gambling advertising laws. A parliamentary inquiry is examining the legislation which seeks to restrict wagering ads on TV, radio and online. Anti-gambling advocates argue the bill should include a ban on inducements like bonus bets and cash rewards. But Deputy Prime Minister Richard Marles says that is not currently being considered.
We've looked at this issue in detail over a long period of time. There is a balance that has to be struck here, and we intend to, reach that balance. But in the process, we've engaged in the toughest set of reforms in respect of gambling and gambling advertising that we have seen.
The man behind Tailem Town has died. Peter Squires started the attraction on the outskirts of Tailem Bend in 1987. He's passed away aged 87. Tina Squires says her father-in-law created a very special place which will continue.
It's just such a unique place, and every day you discover treasures. Just the amount of history that's here, it just can't be bought anymore. And he saved so much from it being lost. It's a bit overwhelming some days. It's an incredible experience.
Now turning to 5AA Sport, and the Crows have locked in Hugo Hall-Kahan, Zach Taylor and Finbar Maley with contract extensions. Hall-Kahan and Taylor for 2 years and Maley for 1. Port's Jason Horne-Francis will play game number 100 this weekend against the Swans in Sydney. He's told Seven they'd like to wrap up the season on a high.
Hopefully, we can just get a few more wins on the board and, I can stay injury-free and, just play some consistent good footy. That's probably the main thing, and just try to be the best player that I can be.
Still on footy, and Collingwood's Pat Lipinski is expected to miss 2 to 3 weeks due to a minor calf strain. Teammate Harry Perryman is out for 3 to 4 weeks with a hamstring injury. Carlton's Jacob Wiedering is a test for this weekend's game against St Kilda following a calf injury. And Richmond Premiership player Nathan Broad has called time on his career and will play his last game next weekend. Broad has so far played 189 AFL games for the Tigers after being selected as a mature age draftee in 2015. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Evening there. Delays are quite persistent with a few crashes on the drive home. One at Hampstead Gardens, North East Road near OG Road. Also seeing sluggish conditions around another smash at Prospect, Regency Road near Main North Road. And do look out for that twisted traffic light that is causing headaches tonight at Kensington Gardens, Glenburn Road near the Bray. Slow going south road at Theberton, kind of normal. And Campo Commercial Road C for tonight. Fiji Airways is on sale now. Fly direct from Adelaide to Fiji starting from $315 one way. Book at FijiAirways.com or your local travel agent. Conditions apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Cloudy down to 5 tonight. Partly cloudy for your Wednesday, 15. Thursday, sunny and 17. Friday, a sunny morning, then a shower or two, 19. Right now, it's 9 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
Thank you. I'm Brenton Raglas. Tonight, the Royal Adelaide Show on high alert as bird flu cases continue to rise. Strict biosecurity measures will be in place. And 175 iconic Norfolk pines in the Holdfast Bay Council area will be chopped down over the next 10 years. Don't worry, you haven't missed the news. Start over on 9 now as soon as you're home.
Your NDIS funding could be doing more. Just Therapy helps participants get greater value, more regular support and more from their NDIS plan. They'll match you with a quality therapy assistant to help work towards your therapy goals, or a mentor to build skills, confidence and independence. There's less waiting, straightforward support and real people you can contact when you need them. Just Therapy. Your success is our goal. justtherapy.com.au.
You might remember MedicAlert as the bracelet that said asthma or diabetes or penicillin allergy. But MedicAlert has upgraded. Today, MedicAlert wearable accessories can connect first responders to your private medical profile by QR code. You control the information, you keep it updated. Because in an emergency, the smallest detail can make the biggest difference. MedicAlert is no longer just a bracelet. It's your medical story. View the range of wearables online at medicalert.org.au.
The news and issues that matter to South Australia. Always Adelaide. This is 5AA.
Car accident? You should have the freedom to choose your trusted repairer. Choose Pro Paint and Panel.
Rowey and Timmy G. The 5AA Sports Show.
Campo sitting in for Timmy this week. We're taking your calls still. $50 Powers voucher up for grabs. So if you want to get involved, have your say on anything in sport. 8223 0000 is the number. Our line's available. And this is the World Game with Travis Dodd. We do it every Tuesday night. Proudly brought to you by Football SA, bringing South Australian communities together.
Well, joining us for our World Game update, former Reds skipper Travis Dodd from Florence. Trav, welcome.
Ciao ragazzi, come stai?
Oh, how good. Well, we've got an Italian here, Scotty Capriali.
Bene.
Yeah, that's pretty much as far as my Italian goes at this stage. I know other than the swear words, I know the swear words.
Yeah.
So does Rowey.
Yeah. Hey, Trav, talk to us about the Apex Steel WNPL.
Oh, look, it's the last round this week, and there's a lot to play for. We know that West Adelaide won the league quite a number of weeks ago, but at the other end of the table, there's Metro Stars and Modbury Vista playing off for that last relegation spot. So it's the battle to stay up this week. Campbelltown take on Metro this week, and Modbury are against Bacalla. So 4th and 5th against 10th and 11th. So huge round there. Modbury Vista basically need to win to have any chance of staying up. And Metro Stars, a draw could be enough, but they really need to guarantee their spot by having a win.
Well, and then you've got the RAA, NPL, and Adelaide City have taken top spot now.
Yeah, they've come good at the back end of the season, that's for sure. The Bacalla have been flying all year, and they've been top. They've had a couple of little stumbles, and that's all it takes to lose that top spot. So Adelaide City in pole position on 42 points. Berks are right behind them, only 1 point behind on 41. Metro Stars were the other team that have been up there all year, but they drew to Adelaide United on the weekend and leaves them on 38 points now. I think Metro are out of the title race now. It's definitely between Adelaide City and Bacalla, and there's huge things up for grabs there because the winner of the league, the minor premiers, will go into the Australian Championship. So that's a huge carrot for both teams to fight for.
Yeah, only 2 rounds to go. And what about SL1?
SL1, so that's heating up everywhere, and I have to say I love the back end of the seasons because we've got the relegation battles going on, we've got the premiership battles going on, and then there's finals as well. So Raiders are still top there, but it's still only a point in that as well, with Olympic on 40 points and Raiders on 41. But the battle there in State League 1 is for the last final spot. You've got Fulham United, Adelaide Atletico, who Marcos Flores is at. They're both on 33 points, and Adelaide Blue Eagles, who are just out of the top 6 in 7th spot, on 32 points. So there's heaps to play for there in State League 1. The relegation battle, that's pretty much done. Salisbury United and South Adelaide look like they're going down there.
Oh, good.
Well, and then you've got SL2 South. The Vipers, they've taken the title race out.
Yeah, so the State League to South and North, the minor premiers are both done there. So Pontine Eagles have taken the title race there at State League 2 North, and as you said, Vipers State League 2 South. So they'll play off against each other for the chance to be promoted into State League 1. So that's in a couple of weeks' time. So there's still a little bit to go before they get to have that final. But huge amount of football to come up in the last couple of weeks of the season.
Beautiful. And how's our Reds losing to South Melbourne, Trav?
I know. Look, they started really well, didn't they? They scored in the first couple of minutes and had those half chances, but we've seen time and time again, and it's happened probably 4 or 5 times already in this Cup campaign, that A-League teams are getting knocked out by the NPL teams. So, look, I think that the standard is getting better of the NPL. That gap is closing more and more each year. So, look, it's an opportunity for these NPL clubs to really promote themselves and the players to promote themselves, and it just goes to show that there's not a huge gap like there was, I think, maybe 6-7 years ago.
Yeah, and we've got Con Han Hanoi next Tuesday, the Asian Championship League. I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to dribble along, I reckon, Trav.
Yeah, look, that'll be an interesting one because they're going to be a very good team as well. They're coming to their pre-season the same as Adelaide United. So I guess a little bit different to the Cup with the NPL teams where they're fully fit. Their NPL teams are in the back end of their season. So we've got 2 teams that are just coming into the start of their pre-season. Obviously, we've got former Adelaide United captain and player Steph Mork at Kong An Hanoi. So I'm sure he'll be able to give a lot of intel on
on the Reds for this upcoming game.
And one last one, Lucas Harrington, a big signing over there at Hull, $30 million. I mean, that's got to be great for the local teams. I mean, we saw that the Raw sort of maybe shopped a bit too early and missed out, but it does filter down to the local teams, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, they get compensation fees, and it's a huge move for Harrington. They're between 30, 35 million. He will become, if that goes through, he'll become the most expensive Australian player in history, which is unbelievable at such a young age of 18, and only having just moved overseas as well. So it's fantastic for him. I mean, you do wonder what Brisbane Roar were thinking. They did cash in. They got about 560,000. They sold him for about 800. So the reality is they made about $1.5 million on him. But had they held on to that buyout sell-on clause, sell-on clause of about 20%, they would have picked up about another $6.5 million. So
well, somewhere, Dottie, though, I read yesterday. I think we interviewed Cozzy yesterday, and it would have covered 3 full years of their season, pretty much, with the money they would have got.
Yeah, it's crazy, and Brisbane Roar have said, at a time where there's financial insecurity, they wanted to take what they could get now. But, I mean, you have to wonder what they're thinking, because Colorado Rapids, his current club, have come to Brisbane Roar and said, we will buy the sell-on clause out now. So they clearly knew that something was in the works. And, Brisbane has taken the hook, and unfortunately it hasn't worked out for them. And to be honest, I think they're left with egg on their face. They've been crucified in the media, and I think rightly so.
Ciao, bello, arrivederci, Trevor Stott.
Ciao, arrivederci.
Arrivederci. Trevor Stott, out again.
15 minutes after 6, we'll take your calls next.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G. Our Undy Drive is back another year supporting Hutt Street Centre and Catherine House, raising funds to provide clean underwear for those who are less fortunate.
And this year, there's more ways than ever for you to get involved, including purchasing your own limited edition Undy Drive socks from roughsleeper.com.au.
It is that easy, Stacey. And don't forget, you can still head to 5AA.undydrive.com.au at any time to donate.
All thanks to Rough Sleeper, Threads for Good, sustainable clothing, supporting Adelaide's homeless.
Ever wondered how you can support people living with depression? By joining a clinical trial, you can help drive medical research that leads to better treatments for those in need. CMAX is currently seeking healthy volunteers aged between 18 and 65 to join a clinical trial for depression research. Eligible participants will spend 4 nights at CMAX in Adelaide CBD, attend 1 follow-up visit and get paid for their time. Interested in making a difference? Apply at cmax.com.au.
It's landed at Mawson Lakes Mazda, the next generation Mazda CX-5. Built for wherever life leads, the CX-5 has it all. And right now, there's even more choice with run-out prices on selected current generation CX-5 models. No gimmicks here at Mawson Lakes Mazda, just the best customer support. However life leads you, there's a Mazda CX-5 ready to take you there. Mawson Lakes Mazda, Salisbury Highway, just a short drive from the city.
You've selected your block up on the York Peninsula, and now you just want to be there every weekend. Selector Homes have been building transportable homes for over 25 years. They have a huge range of designs, and importantly, their team really listen and are totally flexible with design options. You're not only selecting a fixed price with no hidden costs, you're selecting the best weekends ever. Selector Homes and Building Solutions Display Village, Port Wakefield Road, Burton. Visit selectorhomes.com.au.
Looking for a new experience this weekend? Jump in the car and go somewhere different. Come and see Adelaide's best kept secret, Nordic Design Furniture. Seriously, jump in your car and go there. It's a different experience. Everything is made right here in SA. Not just designed in Australia, but made in Australia. Even better, it's made here in SA and it's all on display. Nordic Design Furniture at Stepney, a stunning showroom by a manufacturer. Yes, it's a Nordic.
Here's a stat you need to hear. Literally, 1 in 6 Australians are living with some sort of hearing loss. It's hard to notice because it creeps up on you, but it doesn't have to get in the way of things. Not if you do something about it now. Can Do Hearing can provide solutions to make living with hearing loss so much better. And your options are almost endless. Book an appointment with Can Do Hearing. candohearing.com.au. That sounds better.
As we all know, SA is going through a housing crisis right now. But McGain Real Estate really want to help. If you're a landlord looking to sell your property, but you're feeling a bit guilty about disrupting an awesome tenant, McGain have landlords ready to purchase your property and keep that tenant in place. The team at McGain have hundreds of landlords ready to buy investment properties, so there's no need to stress about asking the tenant to move out or waiting for the lease to end. Visit mcgain.com.au.
35 years of down-to-earth family service, backed by modern premises, means you can rely on Pro Paint and Panel.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
Had a bit of a time off, so feeling refreshed and ready to go. Looking forward to seeing the boys. Exciting. I guess Test cricket is what you want to be playing. That's the pinnacle of it. So there's no doubt the next 8 months, sort of 6 to 8 months, are going to be tough. But if we can get it right and we can play well, it'll be very rewarding.
Travis Head, a voice we haven't heard for quite some time, but at 19 minutes after 6, there he is speaking ahead of 2 test matches, can you believe, coming up in the North End in the next fortnight against Bangladesh.
Yeah, care factor nil.
A little bit like that, isn't it?
Fill your boots up, Trav. Here's one. Will Rowey's favourite cricketer Josh Inglis be fit for the first test? Well, I hope not. Nothing against the lad.
Can't see it being very likely. He had a back spasm during the intra-squad practice day yesterday. So.
I tell you what, I feel for people. I had a back spasm when I was 118 kilo and I fell off the reformer Pilates,
That's
the
right.
slidey
Josh
thing.
Worrell.
Josh Worrell's. Yeah, Josh Worrell's.
Do you have too many bands on?
Oh,
suit it up?
Yes. But I was a beginner. You would have thought the instructor would have said, now listen, Turbo, you're 60, you're fat, take it easy.
Yeah.
And I had Jodie next to me, because one of the things you do with your wife, last time I ever did me L4, I was like a baby dugong that had been speared.
I have this vision in my head.
I had to get assisted out.
Where you got folded up in half. Is it like that?
Yeah, no, you can. Have you done it, Reformer?
I've seen it, no.
But it's for the pretty people, not fat middle-aged men. I mean, why Jodie would think that was any good for my health?
Maybe she did it on purpose.
I was like a speared dugong. You know what a dugong is?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, 100% fat, like a turtle. Actually, I was like a turtle. I was on my back, couldn't get up.
Oh, my goodness. Some image.
So I do feel for Josh Inglis. If he's done what I've done and he's got a spasm, that's not good.
No.
He ain't playing.
No, you wouldn't have thought so, but that all starts in, next Thursday up in Darwin. That'll be a lot of fun to watch. 21 after 6. Jason Horne-Francis, this has crept up on us. Game 100 this weekend. He spoke to 7 News.
I'm feeling as fit as I've ever been, and I probably just found other ways to keep myself fit. I probably wasn't able to run or anything like that in the pre-season, and found other ways to keep myself going and that fire in the belly a little bit, and feel like I'm impacting the game a lot more now than probably just being a highlight reel.
No, well done. What did you say there?
He doesn't want to be a highlight reel. He wants to be a consistent player. And
yes,
he's done that.
He has.
He's done that.
He would be very proud of his. Since round 10, since the bye, since those players went down, he has stood up.
No,
God, he can play.
Oh, yeah.
Can't he?
Well,
he's only going to get better.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
So he'd still only be 22, 23, wouldn't he?
100 games. Yeah, he'd be probably 22.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nah, good on you, Hornet.
Yeah. KG said on the weekend that he thinks he should be Port Adelaide's captain next year. Would you agree with that? Or do you think Connor Rosey still deserves that role?
He's very young. Like, you'd still want him to develop a little bit more and not – burden's not the right word, but, like, that's a big job.
Well, Connor's probably only 2 years older than him.
Yeah.
2 or 3.
No, he'd be a little bit –
would he?
So Connor Rosey's 26. He'll turn 27 next year. Horne-Francis is 23 now.
God, how can Connor Rosey be that old? I guess he's my son's age. Yeah.
Well, and he's been captain.
Doesn't it?
Well, and he's been captain, the last two to 3 years? Yeah.
Yep.
Definitely 2 years.
Yeah, no, I reckon Connor's got to – you got to allow Connor to get back and do it again. I think people can easily forget how good someone is when they're injured and you know. But a hamstring, jeez.
Yeah, well, it's not just a hamstring either, is it?
No, he tore it off the bone.
Which is not ideal. But no, you'd love to see Jason keep developing. Maybe when he's sort of, Connor, maybe another couple of years and then sort of take the reins from there.
Yeah. Yeah,
I think
it's a natural progression for him, and I
he
just
wants
like
to do
the
it.
fact that
He wants to do it.
Yeah.
Absolutely right.
No, good luck to him.
Lockie McAndrew, meanwhile, for the Adelaide Crows, has been it's been talked about for a long time that he's going to get a rest at some stage. Just when is it? He was asked about it on SEN this morning.
I'm actually not too bad. Like, I pulled up pretty well, but obviously got some big games coming up, so I'll keep working with Nixie and the S&C staff and make a decision. That we'll make the call probably early in the week, I reckon.
Yeah, he's going to rest.
Is it
Brian
time?
O'Brien in.
No bigger in 2 weeks' time when he's got Luke Jackson and probably Mason Cox.
Get him right for that. The big Cox and the big Jackson. Who'd he say? The F&B team? Who'd he say?
Oh, I think
S&C team.
Yeah,
who are they?
Strength and conditioning.
It's like the high performance.
I thought it was PPT.
It's all the same.
S&C, strength and conditioning. What the hell's strength and conditioning got to do with him? Isn't it more the physios and the doctors?
No, it's the same area.
Same.
Yeah, it's just a different.
It's like when you call HR something different in a different workplace. People or whatever.
HR, overrated, not needed. Hello, Graham.
G'day, boys. I was actually going to ring up, but just you guys rung me up. I rang, I sort of just messaged in about the book for John Lama, the name for the book.
Say that again, Graham.
Yep.
Yeah, Horse with No Name.
Oh, okay.
Classic America song. If you can bring that up, I think that'd be a pretty good name for his book, Horse with No Name.
Who sung that? Clapton?
America.
Did they sing anything else?
They had a few back in the mid-70s.
All right. Can you get that
I'm
up,
sure
Sam?
you can find a few bars for it.
See, Timmy Geneva would have called the year, the album, the America. He would have done the whole thing.
He probably would have played it on the guitar because.
I know this song. No, good one, Graham.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know this one.
It's normally one of the first riffs that you do when you learn the guitar.
Yeah. No, Smoke on the Water.
Yeah, that is. Yep.
This is the second riff. Is this a riff or rift?
It's a
riff, isn't it?
See, I was a pianist. Well, I was. I started on the piano.
Now you do the French horn.
No, I can play the flute.
Hey, what happened to your trumpet? We haven't had a trumpet update for a while.
Parked
or what?
Well, a little bit. Dizzy and I have had a little bit of a break.
Okay.
It's
trying to get the passion back.
I've got the passion. Every now and then I get it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you do it
I
on the
play the
balcony of your
trumpet and
house?
Jody plays the flute. Well, I wish she did.
She whizzed. Time for a break.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show. Will Goodings.